I hope. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, see how we go. Yeah, noting that we haven't played for ages, if you guys need like a reminder about what we did the last couple of sessions, just ask whenever you like, and I'll try to remember.
Initiative?
Say again?
How do I roll initiative?
That's not asking about what we did last session. That's asking about how Roll20 works.
Same but different.
Same but different. Anyways, there have also been a couple of updates to Roll20 with some extra functionality in terms of doors and windows and stuff, which is cool. I showed the other week. But anyway, so last time on the Deicide War, I'll try to cover off everything with the last couple of sessions to remind where we're at. So you guys, the party arrived at the Banner Accord as the sun was just going down. And as you entered in through the town gates, you could see a crowd had gathered in the town square to witness the whipping and exile of a man they had accused of god worship. After he was thrown out of the town, Vutha followed the stricken man out and just to find out what had happened. Apparently, he had healed his friend after his friend had fallen overboard into the highly acidic ocean, and his friend had spilled the beans on him, getting him arrested and punished and exiled. So the rest of the party continued on, delivered the cartload of lumber to Bilious Wayfair at the shipwrights, and collected the promised 50% payment from Walio, your little kobold friend. Being dragged along to one of the local taverns, you settled in to get some drinks, enjoy the goblin dancing, talk to some of the locals about gossip in the town. A few drinks went down when suddenly an alarm sounded. It seemed that the Briar Bay Keep was under attack and had signaled for help. So quickly getting recruited by Bilious, joining him on his ship, the Feathercrest, the fastest ship in the fleet. You sped to the rescue, taking about hour and a half to 2 hours to make your way to the Briar Bay Keep. Making entry through the basement, you made your way up, past several dead bodies near the main gate, where Atticus rushed to the side of an unconscious man, seemingly his father. Luckily, you managed to stabilize him and bring him back to consciousness, and then continue rushing upstairs to the roof, following the screams above you. So Atticus, noting his understanding of his childhood home, he led the way. Suddenly you were ambushed by 3 green-skinned and armored figures. Atticus flooded the area in darkness to survive the ambush, and the party blindly cut your way through the attackers, finally making up onto the roof after a bit of a protracted fight in the dark. Making up to the roof, you made it just in time to witness the remaining attackers had rounded up a handful of beaten and bloodied people, including Atticus's brother, before they disappeared into a rift, instantly being replaced by a mob of hulking slard. Who we got? Did I leave? Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, replaced by a bunch of slard, including this large blue creature that you previously hadn't seen. So making it through a tough, drawn-out battle, and eventually killing the creatures, you prepare to head back downstairs to find Atticus's father and deliver the news that his brother has been taken, apparently. You're currently joined by a rather nervous and distrusting Bilious. He's rather wary of you, seeing a lot of divine magic being thrown around.
Didn't he run away from us last time?
So he tried to sneak away. He hid and he crawled underneath the body of this red slard, where you guys stumbled upon him as you were searching through the bodies, as he was trying to hide underneath. ChatGPT. Additionally, you had seen a pair of the Shining Legion daylight soldiers come rushing up from the town on their horses and flying up onto the roof before seeing that you had the battle under control and rushing back downstairs to make sure the rest of the keep was secure.
Wasn't Bilious attacking one of our party? Hence why I went into a rage, trying to find him.
I think someone attacked Billy. I feel Tahun attacked Bilious. There was a lot of intimidation, slant persuasion going down with threats of extreme violence on Bilious if he dared to tell anyone. So right now he's, after talking him down off the edge from memory, that's right, Calliope, I think, tried to charm him. Someone else threatened him. Someone may have attacked him. He attacked him back. But right now it's bit of an uneasy truce as their kind of emotions have settled after the fight. You can see the nearby town of Briar Bay just down the hill around the corner from your rooftop vantage. You can see a bunch of fires still burning throughout the town. Looks like they're slowly being extinguished and reducing down. And then looking out to the sea just to the north from your rooftop vantage, you can see the massive ship, the Maelstrom, the flagship of the fleet, surrounded by a number of smaller and medium-sized, some looking like simple fishing vessels, some definitely smaller, faster warships. And you can see them putting boats in, coming up both to the keep where you're currently in, a couple of small boats putting in underneath there, as well as some of the larger ships seem to be docked and depositing soldiers and sailors into the nearby town to render assistance. So there's that. Any other questions?
Do I get starred herpes or not?
I think from memory, everyone got healed.
Okay.
There was, it was touch and go. Sky, Phaedra is not healed. Okay. No, as in the disease?
I think that's why I've only got 6, because I think they cut it out and then healed me.
I'm pretty sure everyone got their diseases healed right at the very end. Yeah. There was a whole bunch of surgery and magic to cure the diseases, and I'm pretty sure no one has slarred herpes at the moment.
Yay, herpes.
Yeah.
Just a bit of chlamydia.
Ah, damn it! I wanted people to believe I had sex.
Oh, it's established fact that Zolmos fucks.
You can still be a necrophiliac with a slard.
Oh god, please don't.
My feelings.
So yeah, what would everyone like to do? You can see Atticus is starts to move to rush back downstairs to check on his father.
I'll lick my wounds after that because I got like 6 points left.
I'm just drawing the rest of the fleet. I didn't realize there was a whole fleet out there.
Yeah, so you can see a fairly decent sized fleet. You can see some of the slower ships still coming. But yeah, for Sky, the Shining Legion said to they wanted you to come meet downstairs again when you had a second to keep talking. They said they'd meet you downstairs somewhere.
Superhero jumps off the roof.
Yeah, I mean, you can if you want. Troy said he's going to superhero jump off the roof.
We've
Luke,
established my bones made of rubber now, so I'll be good.
Luke, do you want to control Tahun for now?
Sure.
So making your way down the stairs, unless someone does legitimately want to jump off the roof. Damn it, scroll out. Let me just drag everybody downstairs.
Jumps off the roof and dies.
Phaedra's wings back in. Yep. Phaedra's chilled out. So as you make your way back down the stairs into the tower room, sorry, I'll just spread you guys out again. Oh no, I put someone into the wall. Oh god, come on, stop lagging. There we go. You can see one of the soldiers that was talking to Phaedra. He's leaning down over one of the corpses of the green-skinned armored figures. The Githyanki, I think you've figured it out with Calliope's knowledge. You can see he seems to be checking him over, rolling him back and forth, just going through, searching through his belt and any of his pouches. Yeah, looks up the stairs as he sees you coming down. Says, I see you managed to kill a few of the invaders. Did they say anything to you before they died? Any information?
They said your mother was a hamster and your father smelled like elderberries.
They certainly said a lot of things. However, we seem to be under some sort of memory curse. Hold a sec. I rub my head and I go, GM, give them all the relevant information left in notes.
So from your guys' knowledge, these dudes they did say something mostly to themselves and yelled something, but it was in a language that none of you understood.
Does anyone remember what they said, or can you remember?
Yeah, so I'll tell that to you guys. Yeah, so you remember they were yelling something, but none of it was in common, and no one shares the language that they were speaking.
Why does no one ever speak in Sylvan? It's disappointing.
Yet, you never know who you're going to find. He looks up and he's like, "Ah, it's a shame. We could have gotten some information about these. I mean, these are your kills. Did you want us to help dispose of these bodies? We could take them out and burn them, or honestly, I wouldn't mind perhaps taking one of these bodies back for further investigation. Would you mind if we keep one of these bodies for our own testing? We may have someone that can interrogate the dead back at the prime hold."
Interrogate the dead.
Yeah, some of our Dusk Legion soldiers, they're quite skilled in mage work, and including some certain necromantic spells as well, where we can hopefully bring some information out of these corpses, if we get there fast, of course. But only with your permission. Obviously, these are your rightful trophies of battle. I wouldn't dare try to take them away from
How
you.
many bodies are there?
3 of them. And you looking down, you can see they're pretty badly cut up at this stage. Some of them, are ripped, almost completely in half in the rage of the battle. They're all bedecked in partial kind of silvery steel armor. All of them bearing these silvered metal long swords. Great swords, sorry.
Is there anything like small? Can I pat down a body and see if they've got anything else worth it on it?
Yeah. Give me an investigation check. Anyone else can join in if you want to check everybody as well. If someone else wants to check one.
Yes, let's look at the bodies.
That one.
Yeah, so it's a little bit hard to search through these bodies. I'm checking through; they are just like shredded, just cut and covered in blood. The battle was a bit of a mess, as a lot of people were just swinging blindly. Half their armor seems to have taken like massive impacts and actually like driven into their bodies. But checking them over, they look fairly untouched, really. Checking through one, you do see a pouch on his belt, a kind of a medium-sized pouch, and opening it up, you can see these strange, looks like field rations essentially. They're condensed bars, and you pull up and give it just a little bit of a sniff, and it smells kind of like a combination of some sort of kind of spicy vegetables, maybe with some sort of meat or fat in there. The other 2 checking them over, they don't seem to have anything additional on them. It's just their beat to shit armor and their silvered great swords.
Did you say that armor was silvered as well? Sorry.
Yeah, it's kind of got a silvery sheen to it.
I'm thinking we take
I'll
a
take
bunch
their
of
swords
this
for
and
sale.
repeat.
Yeah, so you can add 3 Githyanki great swords. What was that, Sky?
I was just going to say, should we take something to melt down if we wanted to coat something as silver? Upgrade our weapons later.
Yeah, you can do if you want to strip some of the armor off these soldiers. Combined, if you strip down all 3 of these soldiers and just leave them in their kind of underclothes, you can probably get a vaguely functional like single suit of half plate armor as well. Like put it all together. They're working around the damaged parts. If you want, spend a couple of minutes stripping them down, cutting the straps off, kind of ripping them out. One, you actually have to like tear half of the edge of his leg armor out from a wound where his kind of whole hip had just like shattered and the plate had driven into his broken bones. But yeah, spending a couple of minutes amongst you can rip it out, and you can add a silvered half plate armor.
Silvered half plate.
take one of
I'd say
these.
battered silvered.
Well, but collecting up the 3 of them, yeah, it's still pretty beat to shit, but it's functional at this
Yeah.
stage. Like, you can cannibalize the 3 to make 1 vaguely functioning suit. Someone said something?
Take one of
No, it's
theirs as
just
well.
are the swords magical? Do we know that, or are they just regular silver? I don't
give me
know,
an-
are they magical?
Give me an Arcana check.
I'm good at that.
That you are. Looking through as you go up to Vharik and kind of just
That was too low on the camera. Not that low.
inspect
Up a
what's
bit.
going on.
Up a bit.
Oh,
Yeah,
hello.
Up a bit.
This is not OnlyFans.
It could be.
It could be. That's how we make our money. That's how we afford extra modules.
D&D OnlyFans. Let's go. Sorry.
Every time, your hit points are based on how many clothes you've got on. So yeah, with an Arcana check of 14, you definitely saw some like magical effects flowing from these blades, but it doesn't look like they are themselves magical. It's hard to tell with all the blood and chunks of flesh still stuck to the blades. But yeah, there is some etching down the sides of them and inlay with silver. But it doesn't necessarily look like they are themselves magical. They're probably just channel the magic of
Can I do-
inherent
Can
to
I
the
do
soldier.
a test?
Is it
Can I see if Vharik can destroy one of the swords?
Is it
'Cause then if it's
prestidigitation
magical-
first? Then I'll
Destroy
play.
one of the swords.
Well, because like if you've got a magical page, you can't rip a magical piece of paper.
Yeah, but what if we just
Oh.
Whereas,
want a regular sword?
well, I don't know. Well, okay, does anyone want this? We could do a test, but I want to know if in the future, if we fight Githyanki, they're using magical abilities.
That
So I
is
might
true.
need to
Oh,
pick,
yeah.
you know,
No, I think
spells
it's
to
not
fight
you.
them, or
Not yucky either.
Up to you. Do you want to try to convince Vharik to do a destruction test on it?
Convince him.
he'll do it
Alright,
for
you've
free.
got this.
Vharik, can you come try and snap this blade in half, please?
Calliope, anything.
Ah, gross.
Where I need a strength test.
I'll give it athletics. Well, you tell me what you're doing, and I'll tell you what check to make.
I'm basically just gonna dig
You'll get used to it.
the tip into like something like stone or something like that, and just try and bend it.
Okay, yeah. So you have a quick look around. You can see there's actually some gaps in some of these stonework between the stairs where looks like some of the stonework has shifted over the years, and you jam the blade deeper and deeper into it. Give me an athletics check.
Ooh.
Cool. There we go. So you position in there and grab your axe and like hammer it home a bit. With your sword and heave, and you're just jamming all of your weight onto this thing and pushing. The whole blade is like bending, at 90 degrees, pushing past 90 degrees, 100, 110. You're kind of bouncing your weight into it. Crack! And it just shatters out with these like shards of silver just spraying back behind you. So if
Well,
you were-
we wanted the silver, and I just wanted to see if the swords were magical. So we've got a shattered silver sword.
Atticus and Phaedra and Vharik, I'd say the 3 of you. Give me a dexterity saving throw. I'll roll for
shoot.
Atticus for you. As these
Dex
shards of steel and
save.
splinters of silver go like flying. Yep, dex save.
If I got that, I get freaking.
What?
I get advantage.
Yeah, you get advantage. Barbarians.
Must you lay right behind me, Missy?
She's helping.
Westy, what's it like playing a character that's a big fucking nerd, and then you've discovered that you're one now, being a technician?
Wow.
So you see these shards of metal just go scattering back into the crowd behind you, Vharik. You dodge your head to the side. Phaedra, you duck down one, like clings off part of your armor. And then the last one just goes slices across Atticus's cheek, and you see this like tiniest little trickle of black blood like starts soaking down off his cheek onto his collar. He's just going to take 1
that's
point
who
of
you roll
damage.
for. Okay.
But yeah, so you surmise. Looking at this sword as well, it's definitely not pure silver.
Damn.
It just looks like the surface is coated in a layer of silver, but underneath it
Tight
seems to
asses.
be
Tight asses.
it seems to be steel.
Where's a werewolf we can test this on?
Damn. Ooh.
Where's the werewolves?
I sort of glance at Calliope, I think, and I go, I thought you were smart. Can't
Had
you
they
just
been
look
magic-
at that thing and know it's magic next time?
Had they? Well, it's my fail-safe test. I didn't know, but if you try to destroy something that's magical, it doesn't get destroyed. Come on, guys.
She's my little crystal's zooming really fast, trying to keep up with what she's saying. I'm onto you.
You can hear it like
Yeah, yeah.
as it's both spinning and orbiting, like getting
Yeah.
faster and faster.
Yeah,
It spins faster the more you're thinking.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
perfect.
100%.
And
Like
it's
a loading
almost
screen.
it's almost being this close. You kind of look in and you're looking at the grain structure, and it's like you start to see the numbers through your head, and then you realize that you have no fucking clue what you're looking at. You're not meant to learn.
I just turned into Sandra Bullock with all the numbers running past my face.
But then you realize very quickly, like, no, I still don't get what I'm looking at here. Is you're almost on the cusp of understanding, like the atomic grain structure of steel, and then it just like you suddenly get this like cool riff in your head. It's like, oh yeah, I could make a song out of that. Heavy,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
and like,
yeah.
wait, what was I thinking about? And it just drifts off again.
Yeah, that's exactly how I imagine it all happening.
So,
Thanks, Bryce. Thanks.
so there are guards in this room right now. We're doing this.
So you're looking around. You can just see one of the guards, and he's just checking over the corpse and just kind of standing there looking at you, just seeing what you guys are getting up to, and paying attention to your test and stripping off the armor.
Oh,
I'm wondering why they're always smashing
can I just
swords.
do a quick, because nobody really seems to give a fuck, but can I do a quick check to make sure Bilius hasn't just slipped out of our grasp?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Oh shit, am I even not? What's that? Give me a sec, sorry, I'm just pulling up my character sheet and everything.
Because Bill doesn't like Phaedra at the
Wait,
moment
I think
because
I've
she
got
showed
you.
the
Go ahead.
celestial.
It's literally loading, give me a sec.
Yeah.
You know how roll 20 be.
Sorry, say again, Sky. You're talking at the same time.
Bill didn't like anything celestial.
Yeah.
I didn't like anything godly.
Yeah, he's very much against the gods.
So what did you think
what
of
was
the
it,
new
perception, yeah?
guys that flew on in?
Give me an
He
insight
knew-
check.
Oh, there we go. Fuck yeah, nat 20. Oh wait, is that nat 20?
Nat 19, solid.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, look, quickly glancing around as you remember Bilius, you can see he's kind of lurking in the corner, like his back flattened against the corner. And you can see him glancing around, just watching everyone keenly, like his hand down at his side with his rapier in hand, just keeping an eye out. Phaedra, you can definitely see that he's exchanging glances between yourself and Ezekiel, this other Legion soldier, looking both distrustful and not sickened per se, but definitely finds it unappealing. He's clearly a racist. It's like a racist dude be in the room with one of the races that he really doesn't enjoy
Did I save his
being
ass?
around. Kind of his nose wrinkled up. You did, which is why he's just accepting to still be around you guys. But you can definitely tell he's not comfortable in this sort of proximity to both yourself and this legionnaire. But right now, you just see his Zolmos. You can just see he's kind of leaning with his back against the corner here and just glancing around. Actually, I'll say with that perception check as well. Just looking through, you can also see out through one of these windows here. You can see a second legionnaire outside, just moving around where you've seen some of the bodies out in the courtyard. Just like out through here sort of thing.
Okay.
But yeah, Bilius doesn't look like he's going to take off running and try to leave you behind. He's
Okay.
he's more interested in keeping a close eye on you all.
Okay. Fair enough.
Calliope's going to go check for that small child. I can see that they're not there anymore, but is checking.
Yeah, having a look through, you can see some of the chairs have been dragged out of the way. And yeah, unless you want to look at in more detail, you just at a glance looking on the table and around, it doesn't look like anyone else is in this room.
And then I'll just come back and
With your passive investigation, I'd say you can see a pair of boot prints, bits of blood. Looks like it's come into this room quickly and then ducked back out again.
guys, what's the plan now that we've saved Atticus's family and
But we didn't. We didn't
basically
save Atticus'
the
family.
army is here?
We've
Well,
seen
I-
Atticus' brother get literally kidnapped, and I think Atticus wants to tell his father that.
Yeah, Atticus
Well-
explains to you. I'm not trying to do his voice, but he says, "Yeah,
Yeah.
I need to get to my father. I'm going to head downstairs and talk to my dad. He should be down with everyone else. I'll see you, the rest of you down there."
Well, that's a private family matter. So
I didn't
we'll,
seem like Atticus' voice. I think Atticus was oh, little wee bitch!
Oh,
Poor Murky.
Oh no, I'm a delicate flower. I'm going to my papa.
What was Maggie doing today?
Yeah, that's it. That's his voice for sure.
I need
And yeah, he goes
Wow. Okay.
jogging off downstairs in a little bit more of a rush. It seems to go check in with his dad.
No,
Well,
you
we
guys, but I need a rest and a good drink.
That is true, and
Yeah,
you need to speak
you
with
can see that
Ezekiel.
again, laddie.
I walk up to Bilius and press a dissertation on his face, a Hitler moustache.
I don't think
Jesus.
prestidigitation can do that.
Yes,
I
it
didn't have a
can.
I didn't
Yes,
have a
it can.
marker,
Does it
so I
say
didn't know
it
what to say.
So prestidigitation, I'm pretty sure you can change the color of things. Let me.
I mean, he's already got a full-blown beard, though.
I
And moustache.
Let
I
me
mean-
just quickly read my spells. I may have a minor illusion here.
Minor illusion, you could kind of do it. You can make it look like he's. I mean, yeah, you could do like a color or a small mark. So you can make it look like he's got like a Hitler moustache over the top of his normal, quite like flowing black moustache.
Poor
I
Bilius.
guess.
Poor Bilius. Hold on a sec.
As you guys are messing around, Sergeant Ezekiel walks by you, Phaedra, and kind of takes you by the elbow and pulls you over into the corner of the room.
Okay. Oh.
And just kind of, he turns and like grabs you by the shoulders and looks you deeply into the eye. He's like, "How are you feeling, child? Are you still with us?"
I'll be like, what the hell are you doing?
You see, he's like scanning like in your eyes, like he holds up his hand and like, "Just watch my finger for a second." Like sees you following. He's like, "Do you know what you are? Do you know where you've come from?"
I've come from Harlem's Drift.
The
Oh,
desert city.
yes.
I mean, where did you come from before that?
There was a before that.
There certainly was, because you were obviously one of us. You were one of the children of the gods.
Nah.
And judging by what I saw up on the roof, with your wings, your behavior, that was very telling. And you're not just the child of any god, you're obviously the child of Ares. That was the celestial rage I could see in you up there, the bloodlust of Ares. How long have you been afflicted by this?
I don't know. Harlem would have told me this.
Harlem doesn't approve of our kind. We're not welcome in the drift. I'm surprised they haven't. I'm surprised they accepted your presence there. maybe, possibly.
What?
Either way, it is clear that you are one of us, and noting that you need to be careful with yourself. The bloodlust, it's dangerous to those around if you're not trained to accept it.
Do I need to mention it to the others?
Any of us hear this?
We're just in the
So
corner.
he's speaking quietly. Vharik, you're still standing fairly close. He's not,
We got
you know,
Vutha
whispering it
there
in
as
your ear or
well.
anything. So yeah, Vutha's probably always lurking. But Vharik, give me a perception check as you're kind of just checking over the bodies and, you know, doing whatever you're doing at this
I'm
time.
also going to take one of the Githyanki heads. So.
Yep, easy as you can saw one of those heads off. But yeah, give me a perception check as you're working away on this body.
Perception.
Yeah, you're overhearing this. Kind of your ears pick up as you hear, you know, the phrase, you know, the bloodlust of Ares and the celestial rage. You being a barbarian and recognizing your own habits of rage and anger, it picks your ear up and you start listening in as you continue working on severing the Githyanki's head.
Nothing to see
he says to you, it's
here.
like,
Not listening. Not nope.
Phaedra, you said your name
Of course,
was.
there's nothing to see. All we can hear is the fucking head getting cut off.
You can see like crunching a bone and like the splashing of blood.
Yes, that's my name.
You should come with us.
Where's that?
I think we need to take you to the Prime Hold. We need to train you. You could become dangerous to those around you if you're not well trained. We can help you. We can help you understand who you actually are. I don't know what Harlem has told you, but they're not necessarily to be trusted.
Are you
And
to
they
be
definitely
trusted?
don't like our kind.
Harlem's raised
I
me
mean-
since I don't know how long. And you've just stepped into my life. How am I going to believe anything you say?
I'm not asking you to believe me right now, but I'm not going to force you, and there's nothing right now I can do to ensure that you trust me, but I think you are one of our sisters. I think you're one of us, and we take care of our own kind. And while Harlem isn't bad, they are an unknown factor. And if you don't want to come with us, I understand. Like you say, you've just met us. But please, hear me out. If you can, make your way to the Prime Hold and see us, because I can't guarantee your friend's safety with you around if you don't learn to control yourself. The bloodlust can be destructive unless it is channeled. It's a powerful tool, but it can also be very deadly. And it could get worse as you get stronger.
I'll take what he says. But I'll be like, okay.
It's okay. I need to round up the rest of my squad, and we need to get back to the Prime Hold. Do you mind if I take one of these bodies with me? And please take what I said into consideration and come meet us there. I think we can help each other, because I'm very curious about what Harlem was planning with one of Ares' children.
I don't like him anymore. Okay. Mistrust.
Just be wary. That's all I've asked you. Can I get that guarantee at least? Take care of yourself and don't take anyone's words at face value.
I'll take you on that.
That's all I ask. But hopefully we'll be seeing each other soon. We're staying just outside of town, back in the Banner Accord. We're probably going to have to leave quite quickly, But if you get there early enough and you do want to talk more, we'll be at the Deicide's farmhouse, just on the west of town. But we'll be gathering our provisions and leaving fast. If you do wish to talk more, come see us there before we leave. But good luck.
Okay. Thank you.
Is he hot? So looking at him, you know, you can see
I just
only
read all
parts of
that.
him that aren't covered in armor. But he's about 6'4", 6'5", clearly very well built. The skin you can see behind his full face helmet is like a quite dark bronze, and you can see these just dull glowing orange eyes beneath it. But yeah, just the hints of the helmet, you can definitely see he's got like a quite the chiseled jaw, and quite the figure as well.
Oh,
From what
like
you see,
him, eh?
but you can't see too much of him.
Calliope blushes and
Oh.
she will drop something and like bend over and pick it up real slow and look in his direction.
I'll kick Vharik. I'm like, hey, you seeing
Hey.
this?
Blew me away.
Vharik moves to meet her eyes and just like, hey.
Blew-
like Thor in that movie where he's like looking at the rest of the party, just the head
Oh,
pops in,
yeah.
like,
Just to
hey.
the side. Hey.
So as he's leaning down to pick up one of these Githyanki bodies and slings it over his shoulder, he sees you drop it and kind of looks up and makes eye contact with you, and he goes to reach forward to pick up. What did you drop? Just like a
Just a quill, you know, that she writes in her little diary. Just like, oh.
So he reaches down to pick it up and he's, you know, reaching towards your hand, and your fingers just kind of brush across his gauntleted fingers as he picks up the quill and hands it back to you.
Good blah. Good blah.
Blah. as you look up into his eyes and
Do her the eyelash thing, you know, where they go, ah.
as you see Varric's head kind of poke in between the two of you, and he stands up with this corpse just kind of flopping over his shoulder. And then, like, as you kind of go to glance around the side of Varric's head, you just come eye to eye with this, like, half-severed head of a Githyanki warrior with, like, tongue hanging out the side of his mouth, like, eyes just bulging open. And,
Such a cockblock Vharik, and walks away.
you see
you
Ezekiel
killing
make his
Brooker in
way
the
out.
head. Oh my god.
And he makes his way out and down the corridor, leaving you to yourselves.
I just turn to the next person next to me, I'm like, what's a cock block?
And it's Zolmos too.
I sort of like look at Vharik like, you don't even realize you got competition, do you, buddy? All right.
Well, let's go check on our friend, and it's going to be really depressing, so everyone please be polite. They've just lost a brother. Looking at Vharik again, daggers.
You can see as Varric's holding a severed head by the hair, like all these all these dudes have like these top knots, and yeah, Vharik, you're just like holding this head in your hand.
And
Alright,
Vutha, you
alright,
cannot eat his brother.
I'm gonna take my
Sad.
fingers and just put it to the Githyanki's yips. And he's like, okay, I'll be on my best behavior with the head.
That's alright, because
Alright.
as we're walking down, I want Phaedra to sort of hold up Vharik and have a chat as we're walking down.
Easy enough. So as you guys are moving through, I'll just drag you into the courtyard for now. You can see various, sets of footprints have moved throughout the building. Checking on the rooms, checking the bodies. As you get out to the courtyard here, excuse me, you can see the small fires that were still burning on the clothing of some of these corpses has been put out, and the corpses seem to have been, at least put into a bit more of a respectful pose, and just checked over as you get back out here, ready to go back downstairs. You remember you came up from the basement through this door and stairway down through here. So yeah, Vharik and Phaedra. Vharik, you feel Phaedra kind of pull your arm as the rest of the party moves forward. Get out of the way, Vutha.
Well, Vutha was probably listening in as well, so.
Probably. He is good at lurking. Were you listening in, Vutha?
Yeah.
You're kind of lurking behind him on the stairs.
Listen.
So yeah, you can stay back
On my
there
own.
if you want. Were you grabbing Vutha as well, Phaedra?
Vutha's gone. No, it was more Vharik because it was rage-based.
Okay, yeah, cool. Carry on. Vutha's just running around everywhere.
Alright, yeah, well, as we're walking down, I don't know if... I'll be like, you heard that, I assume.
Yeah, I heard. Looking at her like semi-mistrustful.
I don't know what the fuck he was on about with this raid shit. But I have a feeling you have more of an understanding of what I could be going through. Maybe.
I'll just be like,
Hmm?
Eric's just gonna look back at her confused. It's like, rage or get. I got plenty. Whatever's going on with you, I've got no idea. Clearly, like, it's having some effect on me. So I ain't saying shit for now either. I'm
Alright,
gonna
cool.
like, cause clearly I don't know what's going on. Blake reckons you're a god. Maybe I'm a god too. I don't know.
You don't know, I don't know shit. Okay, cool. Just, if I rage out, just give me tips.
Oh, if you rage out and attack me again, I'll cut your head off.
Oh, sure, that sounds fair.
Guys,
Please.
guys.
He says,
And then I'm gonna hold up like the Githyanki head, like.
In the future, if she rages out, I have a spell that can control her. Don't worry, I've got it. But if we're in the middle of a fight, I might be busy. But I should be able to hold her back at
I'll
least.
be alright. Next time you rage out, just remember who your friends are. That's all I'm saying.
I'll
'Cause
try.
I heard the conversation, and I will.
Okay.
Alright.
So as you finish making your
Good
way
talk.
through the rest and kind of catch up with the rest of the party, I'll drag everybody down to the basement as you walk back down to the basement level.
And he's
Down the
still
stairs.
behind- still behind me. God damn it.
What's that? Sorry.
Basement.
Yeah,
If
you
you
know
remember
where I
you-
hit my chains whips, remember?
So if you remember, you came up through the basement level,
Yeah, we
through
yeah,
like
yeah.
a kind of a cave that comes into the water. As you make your way down, you can hear a few voices and you hear the kind of whimpering of children. Making your way back down through the stairs and through to the previous room into the catacombs. You guys can move yourselves around. I'm just kind of moving you so you can see what we're looking at. You can see the two Braywoods off in a corner, just under, just talking quietly amongst themselves. The senior Braywood has his hand on Atticus's shoulder. Looks like he's leaning in, talking quietly. The first thing you notice though is this was a wall last time you came through here, and now you can see is clearly an open doorway.
Didn't we go in there?
sneaky.
No, so
We
when you
did
came
not.
through, that was a solid wall.
Okay.
But looking through, you can see a middle-aged lady standing there with a short staff in her hand, and a bunch of children kind of huddled protectively behind her. You can see the little girl that was up in the room here is currently hugging the leg of one of the two sailors who have come in. They're standing by. One has a trident, one has a simple harpoon, and they're just look like they have just been talking to Braywood. And as they see Bilius come in, they're like, "Hey, Bilius! Are there any more survivors upstairs? We checked the rest of here, and we just found this young girl. How did the rest of the clearance go?" He's like, "Yar, I don't believe there's anyone else left alive up there. There's some bodies up in the courtyard that you may want to go check over and get them back down to the town for a burial. But, what orders come from the admiral? What's that, Sky? Help? And I need to assist Sky. She's stuck behind Freya's tail.
Oh,
Fucking do it, Lamb. Don't you do it.
Freya likes to trap us by putting her tail behind the wheels of our rolly chairs. So the sailor comes up to Bilius and tells him that orders come from the admiral that any children and wounded and their parents are to be loaded onto some of the larger vessels and taken back to the Accord for safekeeping. The majority of the fleet has been ordered to return back to the Banner Accord to refit in case there's more attacks. The Maelstrom's going to remain moored in Briar Bay to keep things secure and just that show of force to keep everyone comfortable. And he tells them that a bunch of the Marines are out in the town helping to put out the fires and rebuild some of the defenses. He says, you're clear if you like to jump back on the Feathercrest and head back to town. We'll hold the fort here and we'll make sure these children get on some of the larger ships to get them back to safety. With that you see them start kind of bundling the children, start to shepherd the children out towards the boat. Vutha's eyeing off the small girl.
hey.
Was he murky?
That's gonna leave all the kids there. As in probably going to eat her.
All this talk of not eating people is making me hungry.
Why don't you go upstairs and eat one of the Githyanki?
They smell funny.
Oh.
Hey, look, he's
Alrighty.
picky. We didn't know he was picky, and now we know it.
Would you eat a slard?
Cooked right in the right
That's what I
spices, I'd probably eat anything.
Ah, yes. Why am I not surprised?
As you guys are wandering around, Atticus comes up to you and tells you that he's just gonna stay a little bit of time with his dad to help make sure the castle's safe, and he'll catch one of the slower vessels back to town, and he'll see you there tomorrow. So we don't need to babysit him.
There was a town down the road from the castle, wasn't there?
Yeah, so there's the keep essentially is on a hill overlooking the rest of the Briar Bay town. And yeah, so the sailor was telling Bilius, and you overheard that the Maelstrom, the large flagship, is staying moored just off to the edge and put aboard some of their Marines to help make sure the town's safe and put out the fires and rebuild some of the defenses.
Did we want to stay the night in the town in case these things come back?
Yeah, well, I don't know about you lads, but I need to get back to town and refit and make sure we're good in case there may be more attacks further down the coast. So I'll leave it up to you whether you want a trip back to town with me or if you want to take one of the slower ships back.
He's awfully polite, considering he knows who we are.
Yeah, but look, he's got a job. He's got a job to do, and he is trying to help people out.
And he's
I
going to
think
be
we're just like,
alone.
Are we on edge too much about this?
I don't know if we're on too much. Like, I don't know.
Do
I
we
don't
need to
know.
go back
Can we?
into
Yeah, can we just do an insight check on him? See if he's gonna rat on us.
Yep, 100%. Give me the check.
Oh,
There you go. I
I
already
am-
told you. It's got 100% rat on us.
I am not wise. Nope.
Anyone else? Zolmos, you were kind of in cahoots. If you want to make your insight check.
Yeah, baby. Give me a sec. I forgot to put mine as a pop-out window.
Yeah, I
Takes like
always,
3 minutes to load
I
every time.
always
Yeah.
do the pop out.
If you double-click the top of your character sheet, you can minimize it as well.
Yeah. Tracking.
Yeah. Not tracking. Tracking.
What was I doing inside that?
Insight.
I am also not very wise.
9. Hard to get a read on him. He just seems a bit tired. Like it's pushing on probably about midnight at this stage.
Ah,
and he's-
pansy.
he's
It
bit-
sounds like he's going to drink all night.
What
What happened?
What if we just stay here? What if we
Beat
just
up. He's like, "Yeah, well, you be welcome, but I have to head back. Orders from the admiral. He wants us to get back and refit in case we get her attacks. But I mean, you could run back to the town if you want. At least then you're out of me city.
How long does it take to run
Or you
back
could,
compared to boating?
No, we need to go collect our payment, boys.
We do
boys
need
and
to go
girls.
back. We do
So,
need to go
let's
back.
just go back.
You're right.
If I recall, there's a mighty fine goblin lass waiting for us at the tavern.
It'd probably take, on foot, it'd probably take about 8 hours or so to make your way back along the coast. If you wanted to,
Get
wait out
tired.
and walk back.
Wear my
I wanna
boots
keep
out.
on-
How-
Nah,
how
free
long-
lift, fucking wear
How
it.
long by boat?
Like an hour
By
and a
boat,
half.
the boat that you came on was like the Feathercrest is very fast, and it took about an hour and a half.
Hour and a half.
We're taking the boat, my dude.
Yeah, let's take the boat. We can have a short rest and then get back, and then long rest when we get back
I'm
into
happy
town.
with
Is there a
short
headwind
rest.
or a tailwind?
Yeah, all right then. Well, come on, you landlubbers. Let's get back to town, and keep your hands to yourself on the boat.
I'll
about-
use my
What about my teeth?
arcane recovery while I'm doing it, and I'll get back a level 1 spell,
Parkour.
and then straight away do mage armor again.
Easy. Just stay
Okay.
still for me for a second. I'm just gonna bundle everyone together.
So
I'm on the
So I
boat.
can grab ya. Yep, everyone can sit on the boat.
So short rest. I get
So you make your way
lots.
and get back onto the boat, and yeah. So Atticus tells you that he's gonna just stay with his dad for a bit longer, and he'll see you back in town tomorrow. One of the other ships make sure his town and friends are safe and sound. Let me
Checks
just
out.
grab all
I
you
blow him a
guys.
kiss before we leave.
No, I'm not going to make him make him respond.
Poor Atticus.
So yeah, so currently you're down here in Briar Bay, and you make your way back out just under Ore until you get further back out, and yeah, as you come out to the open ocean, you can see the Maelstrom, the flagship of the fleet, is just like towering above you. It's this huge vessel with 4 giant masts. The sail's currently furled, but you can see a whole bunch of lanterns alight on the deck. A larger, almost like searchlight, is shining down towards the town. You can see a bunch of small launches are ferrying people between the town and some of the larger vessels. You can see aboard those larger vessels, people are starting to get pulled up the side. You can see women and children, the occasional wounded soldier by the look of it, or a town guard perhaps. But you start turning and making your way back east along. So one of you guys, whoever's up the front, give me a perception check as you make your way. The wind isn't perfectly with you, but it's also not slowing you down too badly.
Liam, that's you. You're always out
true.
front. You're our scout.
Booth is up front. Too slow.
Ooh.
This is up the front. Nice one. All right, stand by for a second. So who else? So Derek and Vutha are probably up the front. Where's everyone else on the boat?
I am actually trying to catch
Reenacting
conversation
Titanic
with the
moment.
old Billion.
Oh, you're at the back. So as you set off, everyone else, you can take a long rest.
A long rest or a
I'll
short
just
rest?
drag you across onto the boat. Sorry, a short rest. My bad.
Uh-oh.
No, you're just on the boat.
He's
You're on
got a
there. I
map
can
and
see. It's fine.
Can we
everything.
That's
do?
fine. I just made a
hit-
map of the
hit-
ocean.
Hit dice on
There
a
would
short
be
rest.
monsters.
No matter what way we chose, someone. We're
Okay.
having an encounter.
We can do hit dice on a short rest.
Yep. So I'll let you complete a short rest.
We can do hit dice though. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Correct. Yep. Yep.
Oh, no.
What's a warlock?
Westy, Westy, what level are you? Can you swim as a druid creature yet?
Oh, yes, I can.
Good thing.
Yeah.
Good though.
You can't fly, though,
No, I
till
can't fly.
level 8, I think.
I will
warlocks are
remind everyone as you're
8.
sailing along and the occasional splash. Yeah, D8 for a warlock.
Thank you.
Yeah, the occasional splash of ocean spray comes up and it stings your flesh. Like you just feel this acidic water every time it splashes up onto your face. You just this slight hissing and occasion when there's a large like splash of water, slight hissing, and you quickly whip it off your face before it starts to eat away. And before long, like you're getting enough rest in, but at the same time, your skin feels like it's sunburned just from the acidic ocean water spraying up onto your face. Zolmos, what would you like to say to Bilius as you're sailing along through the darkness of the ocean? You can see a hooded lantern pointed out to the front.
I sort of prop myself up near Bilius, noting that he probably is very wary of all of this. Sort of lean back against the wall, and you watch as my little thinking rock starts to spin around my face.
It's plus your con as well, Sky. You should be able to just like hit the hit dice button. Oh no, you can't.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's plus your constitution.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, carry on, Zolmos.
And I sort of look over to him and a bit confused and saying, "You take care of all those people over there at the Byron's house. I looked at all the people you were pulling out of the water, yet you throw one man out of his village for helping his mate. I don't quite get it."
You see, you're still a young lass, you are. What were you doing during the war? I bet you weren't fighting on the front lines, were you?
Well, no. In fact, I was hidden away in a manor, so I have no idea what's going on. So
The
please
privilege
enlighten
of
me.
youth. You haven't seen what the gods do to us. You think our little township used to be the size it was. Have you traveled across the northern road? There used to be constant travelers up and down there all the time. I used to travel up and down the road myself, traveling with the caravans and me pa and me ma and the rest of my family. The gods during the war, they killed so many. It used to be a thriving land. Even the ocean that we're currently sailing across.
He kind of spits down into the ocean.
We used to be able to swim. Used to be pristine and blue. We used to dive off the jetties on the hot afternoons of summer. And now look at it. If I dip my hand in, it'll burn it down to the bone within a minute. That was the gods doing. They're a blight upon this world. And anyone who worships those foul creatures, they need to be removed, lest they call the gods back unto us. We lost enough in the war first. I can't have it again.
I glance at the water and take in what he says, and then sort of peer at him and say, "What about those who didn't ask for these powers? Why do you punish them?"
He kind of takes a deep breath and just looks out to the ocean with the wind whipping through his beard. Give me a persuasion check. Persuasion.
Oh, fuck me.
That's right, reroll.
At least it had a P.
Yeah, the P is close. He pees himself a little bit.
Pins and shin still.
Oh my god, I hit perception again. Persuasion. I hope this is the right one.
There we go, 15. Yeah, he turns and looks back to you again. Like,
I mean, some of those were born in the temples, worshipping the gods, but they should have seen the light since then. They have no excuse after seeing what happened during the war to still worship those creatures that call themselves the gods. They're just leeches.
the hit bar's not going up. It's up to 25 on my screen.
Oh, it's still saying 4 on mine. Okay, as long as that's all good. Cool.
But look, Admiral Banner, he's not a bad man. He didn't kill that poor sod. He just threw him out of the town. We can't be keeping those kind in town. They're a danger to everyone, including themselves. There's nothing personal, but we have to look out for the rest of the town. Do you understand, lad?
I nod and agree, like what a young person would do. Like they just sort of nod, trying to take in what he's saying. And then I sort of stare at him for one last question and go, have you seen anyone with these powers become aggressive?
Yes, I have way too many of them. But not recently, not since the war. During the fighting, Fjord, the sea god, he had his disciples twisted beyond almost recognition as humans. The fins and gills. The creatures were malformed, hideous, and they were cruel, brutal beasts. They used to be some of the mortal races, but the blood of the gods corrupted them, deformed them. They weren't even recognizable anymore. That's why we had to put them down. They would even eat the bodies of those that they took. My own son was almost killed by one of the creatures, and luckily we brought him back to us. But he wasn't the same since then. They've twisted him as well. The blood of the gods corrupted him, and he's never been the same like he was when he was me boy. I've seen way too much of the bloodshed and the anger and rage and corruption of the gods to stand idly by and allow them in my town. I've seen ye folk, you seem to be doing the good fight, but I'm keeping my eyes on that one.
And he looks up towards Phaedra.
Did you only see Phaedra's power? Just from like refreshing my memory.
His focus was definitely on Phaedra, but he was also looking very suspiciously at.
It was Vharik, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, because Vharik seemed to be glowing with more and more radiant energy as the fight progressed.
He says, look, as long as you, you seem like a good lad. Just young, but keep a close eye on those ones. Especially that celestial blood up there. Don't let her talk you into thinking she's safe. Those beasts, they can lie sometimes. You seem to be good, but just be wary. You hear me?
I understand, Bilius. I get it.
Aye. Just keep your wits about you. This world is a dangerous place.
I walk up to him and put my hand on his shoulder and say, apologies for your son, and then sort of walk away.
Aye, thank you.
At that, as everyone's kind of finishing, patching themselves up and having a drink. Who was it? It was Vutha. You see ahead of you. You're used to the darkness, and you're not so reliant on your vision in the dark as a lot of other people are. And you see movement ahead of you as some of the starlight is twinkling off of the ocean. As you're focusing your eyes in, you see one of the falling tears, the shards of the moon, flick over the top, burning brightly. And you can see the water ahead of the ship seems to be frothing and bubbling.
A
like
water
there's something
slide.
going on underneath it, a water slide. And then you see the head of a large fish suddenly get flung up out of the water. Trails of entrails and blood
Entrails?
leaking down to the
Entrails?
ocean underneath you. Entrails.
That's a word.
Entrails
Yeah.
trailing. I was getting there. And as the ship keeps rapidly moving forward, can I move the ship forward? You see a larger form suddenly erupt out of the water underneath. You see a tentacle, another tentacle, and then this large bulbous white head come up out of the water.
Uh-oh.
You see, if I can hopefully show you, a hulking creature suddenly directly in front of your ship.
Whoa.
Its three eyes lined up above each other.
Okay.
And just suddenly just hear this gurgling roar as these tentacles just spread up around it. And then just after a split second, dives back down beneath the waves again. And you see ripples charging directly towards the ship. And I'll get you to roll initiative.
Oh no.
Roll.
Oh no!
Guys, just to let you know, I have fuck all spells.
Yeah, look,
It's
so do I,
okay.
so it's
I'm
gonna be
all
It's
good.
gonna be a scrappy.
You got
scrappy.
more
I
than
got
me.
2 more.
Just
So
so
more than
everyone
that.
knows, I've also still got my giant goblin dildo. So
Well,
we can
That's
always
the
use
important
that to
thing.
fight.
What is it? Initiative.
that's
That's
not
the
a great
word.
roll.
Hey, that rolled pretty well tonight.
All right, who we got? Oh, sorry, I'll get Bilius to roll as well. Excuse me. Yeah.
You got a nat 20. God
20, look
damn.
out.
It's in his
Right, so
element.
we got Bilius, Zolmos, Phaedra, Calliope, Vutha, Derek, and Vharik. Oh, I'll get. Does someone want to? Vharik, do you want to control Tahun?
Yeah, sure.
You should
Oh,
be
yeah,
able
it's
to. I
been
think I've
Oh,
awfully
got
Tahun's
you
still
quiet.
with
character.
us. I forgot about Tahun.
He's just been very quiet. Sullen, some would say.
He's still questioning his god fucking complex, I think.
I think he's definitely questioning it. He's questioning a lot of things. All right. Say again, sorry?
That looks like
And
a
I can't hear
tentacle
you,
there.
it's
Yeah,
your-
sorry, I just realised I was on mute.
Ah, yep. Sure. So first up, we have Bilius, as Vutha suddenly like points towards this creature erupting and starting to dash straight towards the ship. He's like,
Yar, hold on, folks. We're gonna try to outrun it. Keep its tentacles off the ship.
and he's going to rotate down and he's going to try to duck around it. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. And he's going to just gun it down off to the side. And then essentially he's going to use his action to dodge, which is, you see him starting to rock the boat back and forth, zigzagging, trying to create a bit of a harder target if this creature is going to attack the boat itself. Zolmos, over to you.
I holding on for dear life, look at Bilius and say, "What do you want us to do?"
Yar, shoot the bastard with whatever you got. I'll try to keep ahead of him.
Sweet Zolmos, with his very limited what he's got left. Where's my character sheet?
Did you minimise it?
Someone's been watching those Kiwis.
I do it all the time, and
So
Tomo's getting real used to it. Fuck, man, I don't have much, so I'm gonna use my dissonant whispers on him. Oh wait, it's a tentacle, is it?
So you can see this creature, like tentacles have ducked back down, and right now you can see this essentially bow wave. You can just see 3 of these eyes peeking above the water, just gunning straight towards your ship.
Okay. In that case,
What's your dissonant whisper range?
My dissonant whispers range is 60 feet. Is
Yep.
it too far away?
No, I think you're within 60. Yep, just on
Alright.
the edge of it. So what's that, a wisdom save? Does he have to be? He doesn't have to understand you, does he?
Melody of your one who can hear you, wrecking it with terrible pain. The target must take a wisdom saving throw. He just needs to be able to
Beautiful.
hear.
Wow.
As long as he can hear.
That's a solid 20.
Did he really? Holy shit! It's
Not a
never
natural 20,
gone-
but a dirty 20.
it's never gone well
You can
for
see this thing just and just continues driving down on top of the ship. Bonus action?
him. On a failed save, it takes 3d6.
Yep. So roll your damage because it's going to take half damage.
That's right. Far out. I'm so sloppy on the.
It's been a while.
Computer's also been gay.
Shake the cobwebs out.
Yeah, I apologize.
Next up is Phaedra, so you can prep your turn.
Oh, it's mine already. Ooh.
3Ds.
Yeah, next up is you.
Yeah.
3d6. So that's 4 points of damage.
Sick. Bonus action. I don't really have anything to
Do you
with
get
bonus.
your bardic inspiration points back on a
I-
short rest?
I do now. Yes, that's correct. I do.
Yep, beautiful. So you should have your bardic inspirations back.
Believe I do. Also.
So you can
Let
give
me just
those
read
out.
it.
Hang on a second.
I feel it's a
I
short
need
rest, but
to-
I'm not 100% sure.
No, there's definitely
Ooh.
beginning at level 2. Oh right, everyone should have also got Song of Rest. I forgot to tell everyone that. Which is an extra D6
Okay,
by the
yep,
way.
roll that now, and we'll get a bit of healing. Billis isn't going to get it because he wasn't taking his short rest.
Yeah. And Akar's talking to him, but so do you still want me to do it?
Yeah. You can do it. A short conversation is,
Oh,
you know,
okay.
you can chat in a short rest.
Yeah,
It's just because
and-
he was actively steering the ship and adjusting sails and
Sure.
yeah. So everyone heals another 3 points.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
And yeah, I'll read through that to see if I actually
Okay,
got it.
Phaedra, over to you.
I am going to long range weapon that. Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
Normal.
Swing away.
One.
So you just get 1 bolt at the moment, don't you? Actually, no, you get 2 because you're level 5 now.
Yes.
Ooh, 20, that'll hit for 6 points of force.
And where's my other? Where is it going again? There it is. And
Ooh, definitely hits, nice.
aiming for the eyes
Another
because that's
8
all I
points
can
damage.
see.
What did your blast look like? What color are they?
I think they
What
were
are-
like the
what are they looking
radiant,
like?
like gold kind of thing. I think it was.
Yeah, they're like a glowing white gold blast. These 2 beams just slam into this creature's head, momentarily blinding 2 of its eyes. You see him blinking and shaking its head. And it definitely seems to have its eyes locked on you now, being its favorite prey.
Okay.
People who fight back.
Oh.
With that, my movement, can I start climbing up the runnings? Is it the rigging?
Yeah. So there's one large mast on here.
Yep.
Yeah, you can climb up to the top. So you're currently 15 feet up.
Okay.
So just put a little symbol on yourself if you
Oh,
can.
yep.
And
Yep.
can you put symbols on yourself? You should be able to.
Yes.
Calliope, we're up. Any bonus action, Phaedra?
No, I don't think I got. No, I don't have bonus actions I can use. It's all good.
Right, Calliope, over to you with Vutha on deck.
Stay the line. I cast lightning bolt.
Oh boy, here we go. That's a deck
Okay.
save.
Deck save. It needs to make 15.
Oh, he is not dexterous.
Is that music?
Oh,
It-
18, but
It passed.
Nine-
But still half damage.
yeah, a natural 19 minus 1.
So half 28.
That's 14.
That's a big 14.
I'm just gonna
you
use
just
that
see
as
this-
if I'm holding something.
14. Just a blast of electricity slams into the top of the creature. He manages to like duck and roll and see this lightning shorting off into the ocean around him, or it, should I say, seeming to avoid a lot of the damage. But you can see as he comes back to the surface, this black streak across the top of his white, leathery hide.
I know this is a little bit of metagaming, but yes, I do get him back on short rest.
Yep,
Was
that's cool.
Am I allowed to give it to Calliope for that attempt?
Oh, what was
A bardic
yes.
inspiration.
But that was him making a saving throw.
that? Yeah.
It was a saving throw, was it?
If
There you go.
if you can negate his saving throw.
I
which
can
know
actually use
sorcerers can.
cutting words now, and it
It's
is
too
a
late
reaction
now.
thing. No, it's a reaction
Oh,
thing. So
well,
I'm allowed to.
How many DC
attack
can
this.
you lower it? Because he got 18.
You got an 18.
It's 15. Would be great
See?
to get the full 28 damage.
So yeah, so 15 is the number to beat, so you need to reduce it down to 14 for him to take all the damage.
Yeah,
so
you beat
if
it,
you
you
can
beat it.
get a 4,
Yeah, that's good. That would be good if you could get a 4.
do you want to cutting words him?
Calculating the number roll. Yeah, let's give it a crack. It's my first time using it, I think.
Yeah, I think it is.
You can choose to use this feature after a creature makes its roll, but before the DM determines whether the attack roll or ability
That
succeeds or fails.
Yeah, that's fine because it automatically does it all in Roll20, so don't stress about that part.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you can use it whenever you feel like.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
All right, let's roll
I
it.
don't actually know what I rolled.
D6, I think. I think you're I think your
Bro,
current
that's-
at your current level, I think it's a D6.
That's brutal. If you can, so it gets higher and higher the more level you
Yeah,
are.
it does, but I always fail to
More?
read what it does.
That
1d6,
is insane.
a 6.
Oh,
That will do it.
maximum
Yeah.
damage.
So as it tries to duck down into the water, you can like just latch onto that same fragment of the mind that you're whispering into, and it goes to roll as you just like mutter something, and it just flares its way back out of the water, and boom, just cops the lightning bolt clean to the face. So that's another -14 on top of that. Yeah, so it's oh no, there we go. The die becomes a D8 at 5th level.
Yeah, that's a D8.
There we
Oh,
go.
well, I'll take the 6 anyway.
Oh, good. I'm not gonna make you re-roll in case you fail, but yeah, there you go. So it's a D8, solid. Any bonus action or movement, Calliope?
She's moved away from the tentacle beast, and that's it. She's just moving away.
No worries.
She's just shuffled along her seat.
Yeah, there's not exactly a long way you can go whilst in there. Okie dokie. Mr. Vutha, over to you.
Well, this thing's got a look
That's
of
a
surprise in its
missile.
face. Haha.
Oh boy.
An
Whoa.
arrow.
That being said, you weren't hidden.
Don't need to be. It hasn't taken a turn yet.
Oh goddamn, you're an assassin, aren't you? Yep.
So nice.
Thank you very much.
I
like
just love the no, you don't get sneak attack. It's like, well,
it. Actually,
actually.
Yeah, we should definitely put those anime glasses for
Yeah.
people when they do it.
I love it. That's a painful one. So that's 16, correction, 26, and another 7. What's that? 33 points of damage. Oof. That's a big old owie. I just see this arrow just come flying out from amongst the shadows and just clean through one of its eyes. And you don't see the arrow jutting out of the head. That arrow has like buried itself permanently down inside of this creature's head.
So question, is it
Brutality.
blind yet?
It's still got plenty of eyes.
Oh, okay.
Bonus action, Vutha. But big ol' ouchies.
I'm guessing there's nothing I can hide behind in this boat.
There's plenty of stuff to
not
hide
really. You can
behind.
kind of like
Hide behind
lay.
one of the others.
If you want to hide, you're gonna have to go prone.
Yeah, not too hard to shoot that. Nah, cool.
No worries. All right. It's the Aboleth's turn. What's his? 40 movement speed. So 5. Yeah. 10. 15. 20.
Actually, I'm gonna put wings on me because I'm
25.
up high.
30. 35. He did not like that arrow, nor did he like that lightning bolt. So, what he's going to do...
Derek.
I think Bilius is his natural sworn enemy, being of the sea.
Yar the white whale.
So at the top, he is going to... I need... Vutha. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
That's not going to be good.
As you see this head suddenly erupt up tall out of the water, overlooking the boat, and you see these eyes start blinking and twitching, blink, 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 in a weird pattern. You're just entranced by it as you look up to this creature and just see these eyes blinking this weird shifting pattern. And you are currently charmed.
Shit.
Oh no.
Shit.
Which character got charmed? Sorry, I wasn't listening.
Vutha.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Hasn't this
He
happened
can eat us
before?
already. Why do we need him charmed? Right.
Good charmed. That one will have to do for now. Sorry, let me just read this. Here we go.
You basically fight for him now, right?
Here we go. There you go. So the charm target, Vutha, is under the Aboleth's control and can't take reactions. And as you're looking at these eyes, you just... It's not even necessarily words, but just feelings and intent And it's an intent you recognize.
One
It wants to feed. It wants you to feed.
Food.
And just you turn and just look at the figure in front of you, the form of Derek. He's just a delectable skull, just sitting there, just within reach of your claws and your fangs as you start to drip saliva. As you're drooling, as your jaws start opening up and looking at the back of Derek's head.
I don't think it's me you
and
gotta
then-
look it out for.
Derek's just sitting there reading his like little nerd books about nature.
Did you know frogs can fucking do this?
So Phaedra right now is just out of range. So he's going to take... You're just out of range of him, so he's going to attack Vharik, Calliope, and Derek. So let's go from left. So Calliope first.
Shield.
Bap. Then, who's this in the middle? Vharik.
20 to hit, misses.
Shield, nice. Oh, those are some good rolls. Look at that. So you see this tentacle come up and just like rip around the side of the mast, slamming into Calliope with this flare of arcane magic as her shield engages. Vharik, another tentacle just whips up from the water and slapping and grinding across your face for 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
I have one spell left, guys, after that shield. One.
And Vharik, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please. You are fine. And then Derek, you take 16 points of bludgeoning, and I need you to make a Constitution save, please.
He's gonna eat you. Good
Vharik, you
God.
feel this like thick mucus just slathered across your face. Like you quickly like shake it off. Derek, you go to try to shake it off, and you just feel this mucus like going into your mouth, into your eyeball, into your ear, and up your nose. It's just like this thick, viscous slime all over you as you're trying to claw it off. And you just, as you're clawing it off, suddenly you feel it's gone. And you look at your hands and you see it soaking into your skin.
Oh no. Oh well, this is gone.
It's gone. It's fine. It's all fine. No second. But that's fine. You don't notice anything else happening.
Okay, well that's good.
It's cool. It's all cool. Yeah, that would be, I believe, the end of its turn. So we're over to Mr. Derek.
Alright. I'm going to cast Conjure Animals, and I'm gonna summon.
Oh, no, you're not.
Oh.
So, where is this? I need you to type, without the space between the slash and the roll, I need you to type slash roll D61.
Oh no.
So that same command I just wrote there, but without the space between the slash and the roll.
You wrote something?
It'll tell you. It's all.
Didn't come up. So yeah, type slash roll space D61. 45. Solid 45. What have we got?
I want to see a 61-sided die.
That's all right. That's okay. Suddenly you see the water next to the ship just start frothing and foaming, and then you see this hulking, looks like a small almost island of sand or something suddenly erupt from underneath the water. But it's not land. You suddenly see this like glistening, grenishy, orange-hued skin. Where would you like to focus your energies to summon?
So I'm still doing the spell.
Yep.
Okay, so I would love to summon 4.
Nope. You tell me where you want to summon it,
Oh,
and I'll tell you what you're summoning.
there. Wait,
Right here, next to him.
There. Yep, there.
Just erupting out of the water, you see just like these finned feet, and at first you think it's a slard. This gigantic fuck-off toad just erupts from out of the water. can you control it? That's the next question. Not yet, but you will be able to. Derek and Derek. Okay, you should be able to control it now.
You do have to roll initiative for it.
Derek has god summoning powers.
He summoned a slide.
I do.
Anabilius is definitely going to be confused about us.
So you see this giant toad just erupt out of the water. So can you select it and control it?
Yep.
Westy? Beautiful. And 11.
Legs 11. Toad
Legs
legs
11. Beautiful. Can you just... Sorry, I'll just have a quick look at the spell. Because yeah, it controls itself, doesn't it? You don't... Like, it's friendly to you and just does what it wants, yeah?
Wait, is this conjure animals?
Oh no,
Is
they
this
obey
actually
any
like-
verbal commands that you issue to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, you can tell it what it wants what you want it to do.
Oh, okay. Attack and distract that squid thing.
Ribbit! And you see him just like glare, these like weird froggy eyes blinking. But you do see its skin is already starting to like bubble with the ocean water eating into its skin.
Okay,
Oh,
don't
poor
fall
toad.
in the water.
Poor froggo. Any bonus action or movement?
I will turn into no, I won't.
Yes. I mean,
Yeah, I will turn into a giant, a crocodile
Oh, look out.
with a bonus action.
Lovely, lovely. Sounds good to me. Where is my
Giant
crocodile?
No, just something that gives you more health.
That's why I was like, yes, you will. You're always
Something-
dead. Get
Giant crocodile, you'll fall off the boat and melt.
Not necessarily true.
An
Not
acid
if
proof
I-
crocodile.
If
You
I
over
take
there.
it down.
Yeah, I'm gonna say a giant croc. So there's a little bit of gap next to you, and Phaedra's up on the mast. Give me a just a dexterity check as your crocodile form. It's not gonna be super high DC.
It's like a
but
dog in a car.
let's
where
say,
it's like, you can't quite stand up properly.
Yeah, a DC of 10 to stay on the deck. Yeah,
Hey, there you
it's
go.
hard. Vutha, like, you swear he should be like getting out of the way, but he almost looks like he's leaning in towards you instead of like trying to give you space to move. It's weird.
Yep. But before I did do that, I will say the fact that did you know silverback gorillas have a penis the size of 1 inch, but no one makes fun of him. This fact.
I didn't know that. I'm googling gorilla penis right now. This is gonna be a trap.
You just need to go to the zoo now and make fun of them. Then it's no longer a
so
fact.
that's-
I wouldn't do that.
And that's the end of your turn. Are you going to use your movement as your crocodile form? Or are you staying there?
No, I'm saying.
At the end of your turn, the creature is going to use a legendary action. Because it can. Vutha, suddenly you just feel this pain flare in your mind. And just like, oh, feed! You have to feed! And you lose 12 hit points. And you see some of the wounds on this creature heal up.
I lose 12.
Yep, you lose 12 hit points.
I don't like that.
As your brain just screams.
Anyway,
Just not even the words, just consume, hunger, feed, destroy. And you're just focusing on the back of this now crocodile form. And Vharik, your turn.
Been woken up and slapped with a
doesn't
tentacle.
work
I
there.
think I'll rage.
Lovely.
And recklessly attack this.
Hell yeah, that's it.
Not work.
Swing away.
There we
That'll
go.
hit. Is your sword on fire yet?
No.
Nah, it wouldn't be
do
on
both.
fire, so you can't do both, unfortunately.
Yeah,
But that is... what do we got? So 5, 18, 19, 20 points of damage. Nice. Still a good hit.
Very nice.
Very nice. And you just see this burst of white light erupt from Vharik as he just jams his sword into one of the tentacles and rips it down. You can see the wound left behind seems to just be crackling with this, white light that turns black and necrotic as his flesh seems to rot away from the sword strike. Second swing. Ooh.
Oh, daddy.
Ooh, another crit. entire tentacle just gets severed and flops down into the ocean for another 18 points of damage. Ouchies. You guys are being bullies.
And I'll stay where I am.
Is it double damage on a crit?
Yeah, so
What's the rules
it
now?
rolled 2 d10s for the damage there.
So you can do it. There's two ways. You can either double your dice or roll twice.
Yeah.
This way they double it, which I think statistically is better.
This one it rolls an
Rolls
extra dice, so you can
twice?
see
Ah,
and
okay.
that's 6 plus 10. So 6 is the first one, and 10 is the second one.
Right, that's why I was sort of confused why there was a 6 and a 10 there. And then you're like 18 in total. That makes sense.
Yeah. So Vharik, at the end of your turn, he's going to take another legendary action. And Vutha, once again in your mind, you just feel that same just ratcheting pain as you take another 8 points of damage. And it's just almost turning into just a scream of agony. You almost feel like your whole armor's been severed by that sword as you see that the tentacle go flopping off into the ocean. And then we're over to Tahun. Vharik, do you want to tell me what Tahun's doing? Probably raging and attacking.
Tahun is gonna rage, and
He's got a
What a good
whip
combo.
if you want,
yeah,
or his
and a
fire
breath.
breath, or
and a breath weapon.
breath weapon. Nice. Right, that's a dex saving throw. Do you want to roll the damage for that for me? Because this dude is not good at dexterity. Oh, that's a solid 0.
Nice.
So that's
cone. Nasty.
just flames suddenly just illuminate the dark night, and just his skin is
I love
just
that movie.
bubbling and popping. Good movie, solid. He did not appreciate being lit on fire, and currently like his skin is just like coated in this thick liquid that's just popping and burning with these blisters, and he's now like partially alight as he's thrashing in the water.
And for his second attack,
Nah, he only gets that one.
oh, with the breath.
Yeah, that breath weapon takes place of both, I think. Yes, use your action to exhale. That's cool. That's fun. He's going to use his third legendary action to once again psychic drain. He is taking a beating, so he is just sucking Vutha's life out.
I
You
bet
take-
none of us have
Ooh.
noticed Vutha just dying.
Well, he hasn't done anything to us yet.
Oh,
He is
that's
probably
right.
he's probably sitting on the front of the boat, like going.
yeah, yeah, just slowly fucking
You
getting
see,
wrecked.
you might be able to just hear this like,
Mm,
just like grunts of pain. Vutha, you take another 12 points of damage.
Oh,
man.
That's
Jesus.
brutal.
Oops.
I mean, considering you and I had 0 spells left, Tomo, not a bad first round.
Yeah, not a bad first round.
I have 1 spell left.
I've got 0.
I'm saving that for a shield, and yeah.
So yep, that's the end of his. Bilius's turn is up. Also, by the way, you can see this thing is getting pretty badly beaten. Like he is not having a fantastic old time.
That's interesting.
That's what we want.
So Bilius, I'm just going to drag everyone up here because he is going to use his action to disengage. And he does this by like jamming the boat sideways into the aboleth, and then as it's like rearing back, he swings off to the other side, dragging in and flicking the mast around. He's going to pull everyone 50 feet
Ooh.
away from him. Is that
Except for the
the...
toad.
Just like that
Bye-bye,
that
Toad.
Xbox game.
Yep.
What's it called?
It's a pirate
It's a
game.
pirate game.
Oh, what's the name of that game?
You,
40,
you go around on a boat and
I
can't
do.
I can't remember.
Westy, you've played lots of it. What's it
Yeah,
called?
Bestie, what's it called?
I can't remember either. It's a pirate
No,
game,
no,
though.
you've got all the. You said you finished.
Yeah, you said
the
you
game.
got like 100% of it. What was it called?
Zolmos, your turn's up.
I look at Calliope and go, it's finally time to do it, and go, fusion dance. No, I've got nothing left, so I'm just gonna grab it. How fucking amazing would that be if we had that? Fuck, what have I got? You know what? It's always gone well for me, even though I'm not a sword bard. I'm just gonna fucking run up with my rapier and be like,
What? No, look at the map. Yeah,
Oh,
we're ages
sorry,
ago.
yeah, just
We're
wait.
ages away.
I'm gonna grab a dagger and go.
See
No, I'm not joking. I've got nothing, bro.
What
I'm
about-
going to hold.
Don't you have a cantrip?
Yeah. I'm just gonna hold. Wait, let's hold a sec. 60 feet. How far away are we, Bryce?
Probably, yeah, so he gunned it away like 50 feet. So yeah, you're probably about 50 feet away, 55 maybe on your side.
Hey, yeah. Okay. Alright.
Yeah, Felicia is like, yar, hold on, and just guns it, flicks, like pulls in one of the ropes. The sail like blooms with air and just like rips off away from the creature as it's like staggering back from being bumped.
Yeah, I'll just I'll use vicious mockery.
Lovely. Wisdom save.
Yeah.
That's a solid 25. Oh. He may have a really good.
Told you it
save.
would have been better to do a fusion dance, Calliope. Jeez.
Wow. This creature doesn't even seem to notice in the thrashing pain.
In saying that, whole second.
But you do. I would say you do hear Vutha kind of wince.
Not again.
Any bonus action?
Vutha winces. Okay.
Just like, please stop.
No. I'm just gonna. I don't think I'm gonna give anyone bardic inspiration. I'll just save it for cutting words.
No worries. Phaedra, over to you with Calliope on deck.
I didn't know that they could do the cutting words. That is a great ability.
Yeah, I think only certain types of bards can like affect enemies like that.
That is insane.
Boom.
17 just hits
Oh, okay.
for a solid 10 points damage. Ouch, another beam of like blistering white golden light slams into the side of this creature's head, followed by another just ripping chunks of flesh out of it. You see it just like tearing craters out of this thing's thick hide. Another 4.
Can I aim for any eyes? I don't know if it's going to help anything. But...
Nah. I mean, you can for the flavour of it, but nah, there's no like specific mechanics per se.
Cool. I'll still aim for it.
Bonus action?
Nope. Am I the highest that it is up on the mast?
Yeah,
Alright, yeah,
you're up in the essentially the top of the mast. There's no crow's nest here, but you're essentially like standing on top of the cross member. Cross member? Sure, whatever it's called.
The beam?
Yeah, that beam. Alright, stand there.
Staying there. I might work
Westy,
myself off.
you should probably
but that's
know
an
what it's
action,
called from
isn't
playing that game.
God damn it. Yeah, that's your action. Calliope with the giant toad on deck.
Alright, Calliope will jump up and she will shoot and hit.
Ooh,
and
nice. Oh, chill touch. Oh, there's no more healing for him this round.
Correct.
But what if he
And then
wants to
she'll-
drink more of Vutha's soul?
And then she'll bump
There's
back
not
down.
much of Vutha's soul left.
All right. No bonus action, and he is not healing. Let's just put there for not healing. Giant toad. At the start of the toad's turn, he will take easy 1 point of acid damage, as he doesn't seem too worried by the ocean bubbling and eating away at his flesh.
He is an ocean boy.
Carry on, Westy.
Is the spell gone because it's 60 feet range? Like, I'm just making it pretty much, and I don't know whether...
No, I think once he's... I don't think it says he disappears when he's outside of your range, does he?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
No, he's fine.
Yeah, so I think it does.
You know you're in.
Yeah, no, I think it's pretty sure it
Yeah,
does.
he
I just
just
wanted
keeps
to
doing his
clarify.
thing. So
Yeah.
you can cast, like, summon him at that distance, and then he can do whatever the hell he wants, like you want him to afterwards. So you can, like, summon a bird
But you
and,
can,
like,
so
get it to fly somewhere else.
it also
Oh,
says,
okay.
Wesley, at the end of your turn. So you can move it to the other side of the sea creature without it just, like, bamfing away. So just move it slightly.
Okay.
Wait.
Oh, so I have to move it?
Do you?
Each beast also considers fey. It
Oh,
disappears
shit.
when it drops to 0 health points or when the hell spell ends.
Yeah,
no,
so he's
no,
fine.
you're
It stays
fine.
there.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it stays
he
there.
doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't need to stay close to you. You're fine.
Okay, well that's what I was gonna do. I'm just gonna bite him, and try to bite him.
So you see him try to bite, and this Aboleth, like, he gets a tentacle in his mouth, and just slides out of the mouth, not managing to make impact on this creature.
Alright, he's also gonna be really distracting and try to get as much attention away.
He's definitely drawing a lot of attention, suddenly being this large, edible creature right next to him.
Alright, sick. Good work, Toady boy. Alright, that's his turn.
Toady boy, Westy's new nickname.
Vutha. Feed, kill, devour. And you see this tasty giant crocodile just sitting in front of you, just being all delicious and delectable. What are you doing?
Shooting at the Aboleth.
Done. I'm going to say at advantage because, like, he is not expecting Vuthas to suddenly eat him.
That's rude. This is only because I got a nat 1. Right, here's a second.
Oh, terrible rolls.
Yes!
Suddenly, Derek, you feel these, like, teeth close on your tail, and lucky you got a pretty thick hide. As you turn around, like, whip your tail free, thinking you're being attacked, and you see this, like, wide-eyed form of Vutha just... his jaw, like, distended and just closing after he's, like, tried to rip a chunk of flesh out of your tail.
Oh, Jesus, boys.
And he's just glaring and salivating, just looking at you. Any bonus action, Vutha? Probably not much else you can do.
He's not a mile
any
away,
movement?
is he? No. Not really anywhere I can go either.
Oh, you can, as a bonus action, you can throw yourself into a vicious feeding frenzy.
I know I can. I don't want to.
I want you to.
He's telling you to.
Yeah, in your mind, it is just feed, feed, feed.
Well, I suppose
Oh,
at least,
yeah,
under
no, at
jaws
least
I'll
you'll
get
heal.
temporary. I'll get
Yeah.
temporary hit points back. Yeah.
That's actually pretty good.
I don't know if it's a good thing or not.
Bite him. Straight roll this time because
It
he's
is.
seen you try to bite him once.
Yeah.
Go for the
cool.
softer part. Right in his
Go
butthole.
for the butthole. Eat his butt.
Toss that man salad. What?
Extra teeth.
Oh, Brooke is not even here to appreciate.
Oh, where's
the-
Brooker gone?
Yeah, the
Oh.
salad tossing jokes. Oh,
He would appreciate it.
Brooker.
All right, roll again. That's better. So, Derek, you take 6
just
points of
walked into
chomping
the-
damage.
into Christine and started cracking up.
So yeah, Derek, you take 6 points of piercing damage as he comes back again and manages to bite onto the softer, squishy part on the underside of your tail. Just rips a massive chunk of flesh free. And Vutha, you heal. How much are you
His
gain temporary hit
constitution
points
Modifier.
equal to your con mod?
Man, a lizard.
Eating a
Fighter.
lizard.
Sorry, a lizardkin fighter or whatever they're called would be sick.
You just take a big old chomp out of your enemy and be like, num nums.
So you can only do it once,
Yeah, you can only do it once, unfortunately.
which is probably fortunate for the crocodile.
But yeah, so you got those temporary hit points.
Yeah.
It's back over to the Aboleth's turn. He's not particularly keen on all this pain and suffering he's taking. But he's real hungry, so he's going to try to murder the crap out of this frog.
It's a toad.
He doesn't know that.
Oh, yeah. Well, yep. The animal nerd would know. Actually.
Actually,
Actually.
so what's it up? So that hits. You see these tentacles start thrashing and crushing into this frog. Fuck it up. I'm just going to throw the third one while I'm at it. They all hit for 30. What's that? 40 points of damage.
Yep.
And you see the tentacle just like slam into it and rip in, slam, try to grip into it. Third one crashes in, wrapping it up and starts to try to like pull it down underneath the water. And you see its jaws come up and just chomp into its head. As it bites its head, it's just suddenly gives. And the form of the toad just seems to just start dissolving as you watch. Just suddenly the water around it is just full of this like thick, stringy mass of breaking down muscle and sinew, and you can see the bones, the skeletal structure underneath starting to calcify and decay and it's as you watch, it's almost like this frog is going through like 10 years of decay in a few seconds. As you watch, as its whole body is just breaking down into nothingness as it dies. But the Aboleth is not happy with that happening. It is going to beat to shit. It is going to... How close? Wants to heal more, though.
It can't.
Not this round, no, which is very upsetting. It is going to dive. It just, you see it disappear below the waves and drops out of view. Derek, your turn.
Can I attempt to grapple Vutha without my teeth, obviously? Just try to restrain him?
Yep, so make a strength check, and Vutha, you make a athletics or acrobatics check.
Oh, wow. The crocodile doesn't give a fuck.
Crocodile not give a fuck. It's like, you bite me, I'll bite your back. So yeah, you rip around as a crocodile, and just like you've seen crocodile mothers in the wild, delicately using their fangs to trap their children. You snap down around Vutha's head, just enough
like
that
a small child.
you know exactly, where your long fangs are, where your short fangs are, and you pull Vutha in towards you and just like open your mouth again and pull him further in, open your mouth again, pull him further in, and within the space of a few seconds, Vutha, almost your entire like torso and upper body is inside of the crocodile's mouth, with your like arms, legs, and tail like dangling out through gaps in the fangs, and you are grappled.
I mumble as he's in my mouth.
We didn't hear any of that. That's good.
Alright, done.
All right, Vharik, your turn. What are you doing? Mr. Vharik?
Things disappeared, yeah?
Yep, so it's dived underneath the ocean.
I'm just gonna hold an action, and if it comes up, I'm gonna turn my sword on.
Done. Turn your sword on. Suddenly the waves are illuminated with flames just licking off the end of Vharik's blade. You see Tahun, he pulls out one of his javelins and just starts scanning around the ocean all around the boat, just waiting for the sign of the creature to burst back. Back over to Billy's turn, he's like,
Yar, I think we may have scared the bastard off, but let's get the fuck out of here. Why is that crocodile eating that lizard? Fuck!
and he's just going to use his action to just double dash. So he just suddenly the boat, surges forward with a flash of speed as he turns it to run with the wind, and dashes 100 feet away from where you guys were. I'll just drag you over there. But you're moving real fast. Looking at the speed you saw the Aboleth approaching. Honestly, I'll get Calliope and Zolmos because you're kind of at the back. I'll give Zolmos a check. Give me just a straight intelligence check.
Oh, I'm good. I'm good at that. Let's do it. How do I? Yep.
Just straight intelligence, same as you, Zolmos.
I'm on 1.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. So Calliope, you're just like quickly doing the maths, looking at the wind speed going around you, looking at the speed of the ripples of the creature that duck down through there, doing the trigonometry in your head, the angles that it says. You don't reckon this creature has any chance of catching you at the speed that the Feathercrest is going right now. You're going to outrun it. Zolmos, you're thinking as well. You hear... and it rips around it. Problem is, as you start madly thinking and where your brain is getting hot, the mast swings past and like knocks you in the side of the head, and you have to like reach and catch the iron stone as it almost like rolls overboard. You're like, oh god, and it's hot and it's still spinning in your hands as you like flick it back up, and it goes back to like going around your head, and you lost what you were trying to think of. But it's almost over to your turn.
I'd just like to point out that that's meant to be a +1 there.
Yeah, so it would have been a solid 2.
Solid nat 1 stills.
Yeah, so
fuck,
currently
man.
you've lost sight of this creature under the water. Calliope, you know, you can say whatever you want to say on your turn, but yeah, you probably.
Oh no, Calliope will just sit down and go back to like doing her nails or something without telling the others.
Everyone else is like scanning the water, and you can see Vutha like flicking and clawing and flapping his tail around inside this crocodile's mouth. But it's almost your turn.
I will grab my dagger and just fucking launch it into the water, trying to attack it.
Oh no, make an attack roll. Yeet your dagger into the ocean.
Yeah, I'm like, I've got nothing left, and then I just yeet my dagger.
Phaedra, you're next.
Probably a disadvantage.
No,
Like now?
straight roll. You're next. You're
Look,
next,
if he
Phaedra.
gets a nat 20, he might hit it. You don't know.
He might hit something.
Yeah.
Or a nat 1 might hit something else. 24.
20,
24.
19, dirty 20.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, that's a solid natural 19. You're like scanning, you see a bit of a splash. You just jam your dagger off. You're like, you have never like launched this dagger so well. In all the training that you do, like back in the, you see pictures of the student bar back on the university and the dartboard, and like you just practicing and just like lobbing the darts, and then pulling out your dagger occasionally, trying to impress the girls, like flicking this dagger out, and you get the flashback of the one pretty girl you're trying to hit on that one time. Your dagger just bounced off and almost stabbed her in the face as she went running out. And you're like, never again, never again. As you see the splash of the water underneath, and you see a large sea turtle just bloop, back to the surface with the dagger very clean through its shell, as it just starts like it ripped back away from the ship.
I just sort of like stand there like, and just hope nobody sees it.
I'm going to say Tahun at that stage turns, seeing you launch something into the water, and he slams his javelin out as well. Purely on instinct. Yep, purely on instinct. So it's like, yep, he's attacking something. I'm going to attack something as well. Where's my throne? That one? Who knows? Oh, yeah, just lobs this dagger, and it just like slams into this turtle shell right next to your dagger. Talon turns around like, yeah, we fucking got that turtle. High five, and leaves on the top of the pipe. He just like this massive dragon clawed hand. Like, fuck yeah, high five.
I definitely returned that high five.
Give me a dex check, and Phaedra, over to you.
I'm going to hold my action until the creature comes up and pew pew.
Hold your pew pew.
Yep.
No worries. Calliope, over to you.
Calliope at this stage will be like, guys.
Sorry. Do you have a bonus action, Phaedra?
No,
Sorry, my
I
bad.
just realised because I'm highest. Do I actually see anything? Just generally.
Oh yeah, I'll allow that.
Sorry.
Give me a perception check. I'll allow that. Yep.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
it's a messy high five. You don't quite belt Calliope in the side of the head, but like the boat drops off the back of a wave as you go to like high five, and you like stumble and like have to catch yourself before you topple. And Calliope, you look up and you got this hulking draconic form over the top of you, and Zolmos kind of like awkwardly trying to not fall on top of you as well.
There was no good dap. There was no good dap day that day.
Yeah, it was not a good high five. You need to work on that. Yeah, Phaedra, looking from your elevated position, you're scanning the waves, and you've got good night vision, but you can't make out anything. You can see the discoloured patch of water as you're like gunning it away, but yeah, you don't see any other movement or outline or dark shape underneath the water from where you are.
Pretty much a cloud.
Yeah, you can just see a cloud of like discoloured water from the toad evaporating into goop. Calliope, sorry, what were you doing?
Calliope is just going to be like, guys, it's gone. Calm the fuck down. And then she like just goes back to nails.
Pulls out a little file and just starts cleaning your nails up.
Yep.
Vutha. You're still real hungry, and there's a big old juicy crocodile tongue right in front of you.
This thing hasn't dived deep enough to be a mile away by chance, has it?
You don't know.
Well, if it has, I get a saving throw.
Well, you can't yet.
Nah. Alright.
Feed.
Uh,
Yeah,
your
that hits.
Is it
Oh,
disadvantage?
yeah, true. Actually, yep, I think so. Thank you very much.
I just love clicking the button multiple times.
No,
Depends
we'll
anyway.
go with the 12.
Yep, that still hits. Yeah, grapple speed becomes 0. Oh no, no, it's a straight roll.
Oh, really?
Yep,
Point of
I
grappling.
think that other people get advantage. Maybe. Wait, where are we? Conditional. You just can't run away. Yeah, so it just stops them from running away.
Basically, chomp down next turn.
Chomp. Yeah, incapacitated. No, that's actions and reactions. Invisible, paralyzed. Oh, paralyzed. Yeah, paralyzed. You get advantage and you can't do things. Anyways, yeah. So that hits. So, Crocodile Derek, you take 8 points of piercing damage as you just feel teeth press into the side of your big juicy tongue and just start ripping chunks of flesh out of it. Vutha, you probably don't have any other bonus actions now. You've used that one, haven't you?
I'll just hide in the... No.
Derek, over to you.
Swallow. Westy swallow.
Yeah.
Bitters
I can't do
acquitters.
anything other than just
swallow
dive
one.
right back down
Westy.
in sort of anger.
Westy.
Huh?
Spitters acquitters. Just swallow.
I don't want to do this. I feel like
You
if
gonna
someone
bite?
bites your tongue, this is what you're gonna do.
All right, bite away.
Spitters
It doesn't do
are
anything.
quitters. Spitters are quitters.
9. So you try to bite down, but he's just like wriggling and like tearing at the inside of your mouth, and you're like, it's like trying to bite down on like a corn chip, like a CC, but it's turned sideways.
Ow.
And you're trying to like bite down around it, but it's like it's hurting as you're biting. You can't just get the right angle to get a good clean chomp.
Thankfully.
Yeah. Can I just say, can someone please control? Maybe someone has a spell like control this Vutha.
I mean, you can
guy?
say because you're a goddamn
You
crocodile.
can't talk. Yeah.
I thought I could talk.
No.
You need telepath.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
At this rate, mate, we just think it's a normal occurrence because we fight between us all the time.
Yeah, this is
Well,
probably
this is
fairly
the second
standard.
time
You're not
like
sure
Vutha
if
has
pretty
gone
much,
after
yeah,
someone. He
that's
bit me, didn't he?
it's
And that started the whole
Yeah, I
argument.
don't know why
to
we're
begin with.
questioning Phaedra anymore. We should really be questioning him.
Vharik, over to your turn. Mr. Vharik?
Drunk.
Yep, gotcha.
Who's going to move to restrain Vutha?
Roofer?
Gonna grab,
Don't put me in your
Okay.
mouth as well.
gonna grab Rufus like legs hanging out of the crocodile's mouth in like a bear hug and just restrain him.
Okay, give me an athletics check. At advantage because you're raising. Vutha, give me a dex. Yeah, give me a acrobatics or athletics check. Your choice. Ooh, he's slippery. He's just kicking and like as you try to grab his tail, he just like pulls it into the crocodile's mouth. You're like, oh, fucking just give me your tail. You can't quite get to it. Bonus action.
No.
Look at those rolls when I need them.
At the end of this turn, I think your rage would drop. You haven't attacked or been attacked.
Yep.
Tahun, he's just going to pull out another javelin. Be like, oh, Zolmos, we're getting more fucking turtles. I'm pretty hungry. Maybe we can catch one and bring it with us this time. I'm just going to like keep scanning around looking for fish and turtles because he's hungry. Billis is just going to keep gunning it. Zolmos.
Is there a line on Tahun's javelin, or was it just a straight javelin?
It was just a normal javelin, it wasn't harpoon.
we're idiots.
Yep.
I love that we're so dumb. As I'm feeling all proud about myself when I look at Calliope doing her nails, I'm like, the fight must be over. And then I've got dark vision. Yeah, I've got dark vision. I can see these guys having a little spat.
Half health, baby.
Baby.
I can see these guys having a spat. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
You don't need dark
can see-
vision because we'll just-
Yeah, Vharik's like trying to like grab hold of his tail and legs. You can see the crocodile's like trying to chomp down, and like blood coming out the crocodile's mouth as Vutha is just like ripping the inside of his mouth up. You can definitely see it. 100% you can see this.
The next question is: am I smart enough to perceive who the threat is here?
Give me an intelligence check.
I like giving myself these intelligence checks.
Look,
Again,
on my
again,
turn,
fireball.
I'll stop this fight. just, I'll stop the fight.
I don't know that right now, so I'm going to continue
Yeah,
doing
that's
what I
fair.
am.
Phaedra, you're up next.
It's intelligence save, but it's the same thing, +1.
Yeah,
12.
it'd be 12. It's hard to tell who started it. You're kind of looking the other direction, turn back, and then these two are trying to eat each other by the look of it. Maybe Derek's just lost control of his crocodile ways, and he's getting real hungry. Hard to tell.
In that case, I kick Calliope on the foot and go, "Oi, we need to solve this!" And I grab out my banjo and it goes, "Ding ding 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 ding." And some Benny Hill music start playing.
I love it. Benny Hill, go on. Give me a performance check, and Phaedra, over to you.
Creature's still
Come
not around.
Performance.
No, still can't see him.
Alright, I'll stay on lookout
Okay,
and go
performance
ready
check.
for the pew pews if they
Look
ever
at
come up again.
performance.
As we now like with the sound of the ocean waves blowing through the wind, and then just like suddenly just like Zolmos starts like plucking tunes on his lute.
The background music
sorry.
is just good for this.
Yeah, as I put it on. I don't have any loot particular, but this will do. Sorry, what were you doing, Phaedra?
Lookout and pewing anything.
Yep, no worries. Give me another perception, and Calliope, over to you.
Calliope's going to cast Sleep on the both of them.
Nice.
With her last spell, Sleep.
All right.
In a circle so that it only hits them.
Yep.
It's not even a roll. If they don't have the health, they go to sleep.
Yeah,
straight
so
away.
you need to roll damage, but I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
pretty much minimum is enough to put them both to sleep. Phaedra, as you're cruising along up there, just keeping your eyes out, scanning, you don't see any large, ripples or waves or anything breaking the ocean. Off behind you, back to the west, you can see the running lights of a few ships making their way towards you, away from the town. You can still see bits of the beacon further off behind you. You do see from your elevated position that same red light of the lighthouse.
Oh, that hurts me, doesn't it? Fuck.
Yeah, so you see that red light of the lighthouse towards you, because you're about 25 minutes out. You can start to see the lights of the town ahead of you. Off to the south, you can see the coastline, completely dark. You don't see any lights running along it.
Okay. Should we
yeah,
warn
that's
those
about it.
other ships that somehow? Bill
Wanna
knows
try?
what he should be doing. He's the frickin' captain. If he warns them or not.
It's like, "Yar, that's a good call, Phaedra."
He yells up to you.
It's like, "Do you have some spells that could try to warn the ships behind us of that creature?
Do we?
Maybe, can you fire up into the sky or something? Maybe we can signal that something's going on. I don't have any flares
I got
or,
the light spell.
or a
I mean,
signal.
cantrip.
light.
I can do the light.
Yeah, maybe light her up and, I don't know, fire some fireballs up into the sky or something. I don't know.
Do you know
Do
Morse
your best.
code? Do they know what, like, the flag signals?
Yeah, you definitely don't.
I know I don't. I was gonna say, Bill, just tell me what to do. Is it like one short one, two long ones?
That's a good question. Is Morse code invented? I'd say. I mean, they do use like semaphore for ships. Let me do an intelligence check for him. No, he doesn't.
Natural 1.
Well, natural 2.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, he doesn't. Other ships probably know. Other ships probably have like designated signalers, like the larger ships for communicating with like signal lamps. Bilius, he's a bit of a rogue trader. He just goes off by himself. He's like, yeah, they probably know something to do with flashing lights. I see him all the time, but maybe if you just flash the light on and off, they'll pay attention.
Okay.
But yeah, so that would be enough to put both Vutha and the crocodile to sleep. That crocodile's real big. He's barely staying on the boat. Oh no, because Phaedra's up the top. No, that's right. I'll allow the crocodile to stay on board without risking falling off in his
He's just
sleep.
got the tail flopped
Well,
over.
they're both asleep.
Yeah, so currently he's got his tail kind of almost flopped over into the acid ocean behind.
He's doing some
But
fishing.
we'll come. With that, we'll come out of initiative, as after another 30 or 40 seconds pass, they're gunning it away. You hear Vutha, who's like kind of muttering in his sleep, just feed. Slowly seems to settle down. His body almost looks like it relaxes as the grip that was holding his mind seems to slip away.
Huzzah.
But another interesting thing happens around the same time. Is your crocodile friend, who's now like tucked up and his skin seems to start to turn slimy and slick, and then it starts to turn white and then translucent, and you can almost see through his scaly hide to the musculature and organs underneath onto his skin. How long does he stay asleep for?
1 minute.
Just 1 minute?
Yeah.
Beautiful. As he starts to come awake, as you now look at this like translucent, slimy skinned crocodile.
No, that's not
Does
correct.
anyone know diseases?
I've got the hands. Can that cure?
I don't think that'll
I
help.
feel like his jaws would have relaxed while he's asleep
Alternatively,
and
you
not go
can
out.
expel 5 hit points from your pool of healing
Yeah,
to
Vutha, you're
cure
not in his mouth
target
anymore.
of one
Oh,
disease
yeah,
and
yeah.
neutralize
Actually,
one poison.
Yeah, 100% you can. That's a good idea.
I can? Is that me?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, 100%. I forgot that you can cure disease as a paladin.
I'm not
Derek,
charmed
as...
either.
Nah, Vutha, you're not charmed anymore
Cool.
as you come
Take
back
all my
awake.
icons off.
But Derek Crocodile, you do take 2 points of acid damage as you feel your skin starts to dry out and that slime starts to dry and crack, and as it's drying, it starts to like turn caustic and starts to eat away at your thick, leathery hide.
Okay, seeing this, I am literally just like grabbing my shield and like, doing the slide down, the mast, the quickest way down.
Oh, yep.
I do have 5 left for this reason. Well, not this one, but for a slide infection.
Give me an acrobatics or athletics check to like see how cool you can look sliding down like nice and quickly, like legging it down from the mast.
Athletics or acrobatics?
Yep, one or the other.
Hang on, where's... Oh, there it is. I am doing this one. Probably just as crap. Yep. I fall on my ass.
Suddenly just crash, just like slamming down onto the decking next to the crocodile. You do take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as you realize, like, oh god, you just landed with like your shield was like sideways underneath you as it's just like jammed up into your ribs, just like crack. You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as you stumble to your feet and carry on.
Well, if I landed right next to the croc, I'm just leaning, reaching over, and I'll be like,
you see the Phaedra's hands. She's like, oh god, touch the crocodile with this like flare of gold and white light. Suddenly, just enshrouds the crocodile. You can see under its skin now, like inside of its body, just like whoom, 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 just pulse with this like delicate golden light as your skin, Derek Crocodile, slowly just shivers for a second as your musculature twitches, and then your skin dries up and turns back into your normal crocodilic color, no longer translucent.
Oh, cool.
You're welcome. I'll stagger up.
See-through skin will be handy for next time we're chasing slard tadpoles in someone.
Maybe you need to go back and capture that creature.
It's a little bit drastic,
but you continue on your way, and Phaedra everyone just constantly watching out to the waves behind.
I wanted to climb back up again.
Yeah, you can climb back up again.
Ouching, but yeah.
A little bit slower this time, a little bit more cautious. But before long, you close in on the town of Banner Accord, and the waves, the sail starts to get reefed back again and pulled back in. As you then slowly glide back into the dock, and the lines get tossed out, and you hop back off onto the deck and stumble your way back onto dry land again. Bilius says to you, he's like, "Yar, follow me. I'll give you your promised pay for helping the town out." And lead you back towards. Why is this map not loading? Why is it so blurry? You guys see it blurry? Or is it
Mine's fine.
I think your laptop
Yeah.
is
Complete with the
there we go.
artwork.
No, mine's okay. It just took a minute. But yeah, Bilius leads you back to his shipwright slant house. And you get to the front door, and he's like, "Yeah, you wait here. I'll get your pay." And he wanders back inside, comes back out a few moments later with a couple of small sacks of coins, and he hands you 50 gold pieces each. He's like, "Now, there's your pay fair and square, and I do have to thank you for helping the Accord out. But just know that I be keeping my eye on you, okay? I be keeping my two eyes on you.
Me.
But you're free to stay in this town, but thanks for helping me out with that creature back there. But
looking towards Vharik and Phaedra,
I'd strongly recommend that ye lay low, and I'd prefer it if you weren't here for more than a day or two while you rest and recuperate, if you catch me drift.
I'm hurting, aren't I, from the lighthouse?
Yeah, you
Is it just
feel every time that red light washes over your skin, it's not painful, but like it's just like that cold shiver goes down your spine. It's not comfortable. It's not burning, but
Okay.
yeah, it's like a combination of like the hot air from an oven, like washing against your face and like drying your skin out, as the same time like a cold wind, like a cold droplet of water going down your spine. It's just, yeah, that constant distraction every time it washes over you.
Okay, so it's the whole body, it's not just like the skin if it reacts to.
Nah, it's just kind of into like just every pore of your being. It's just not pleasant.
Yeah. Oh, okay. People
But yeah, you're in town. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning at this stage. Looking around the town, you can see quite a number of torches and lanterns are still lit, and you can see a few people hanging around the docks with looks like crates of bandages and some buckets of hot water. You can see a few people bearing stretchers, looking like they're standing by for the fleet coming in, and a fairly young lady approaches as you come back out from the shipwrights from this jetty here. She comes up to all of you and she's like, "Oh, what did you see out there? Were they wounded? Do we need to worry about injured coming back in?"
I'm
just
into-
addressing the party as a whole. I say, and she looks like, oh, do you need assistance? We've got a little bit of a field hospital set up in the Bucket and Bilge over here. And the Fish's Tail Inn.
I
Do
step
you
forward and
need some help?
be
You can head to the inn.
yeah, I step forward to the lady and I'm like, fair maiden, yes. All my friends need help. Let's get them in there.
Oh, okay. If you're walking, head to the Fish's Tail Inn. And she points out to there. We're trying to leave the Bucket and Bilge ready for those who we need to carry on stretchers. But are there more ships coming behind you?
Absolutely. We came in on the I forgot the name of the thing. The fastest ship of the fleet.
The Feathercrest.
Bilius. Check the group chat. Brook up. I gotta check the group chat apparently.
Interesting.
Chat.
The Discord. But yeah, so she points you towards the Fish's Tail Inn down over here.
Okay, there's nothing pertinent to the story, but okay. I'll use her to help us direct us down to where we need to go.
Yeah, you head along, and I'll just drag you all across. But yeah, it's about 1 o'clock in the morning. You guys are starting to get, real tired. There we go. Right, so hopefully everyone can see the new door function. So there's a little symbol here. Can everyone see that?
Same.
Up.
So
Yep.
now you can open and close doors yourselves.
Yay.
Obviously,
Where's my
being
butler
in-
to do it for me?
being in... What's that?
Where's my butler to do it for me?
You mean your DM?
Servants. Yeah.
Servants?
Yeah, exactly. The DM, my servant.
I can do it. But make sure if you're going to open a door, make sure your character is standing next to it
So
in
you,
case
you
you know
keep
something
doing like that,
explodes
you're
or
gonna need to
something.
issue a schizophrenia, buddy. Seizure warning. Epilepsy. That one.
Yeah. So the Fish's Tail is a it's a little bit of a smaller tavern than the previous one that you were in, the Bucket and Bilge. It's got a small second story, or like story and a half, but you can see doors leading in. Light is spilling out through the front of the tavern, and you can hear low murmuring voices coming from within.
Maybe you do have to
please
lock
stop
this
owning
door
closing that door.
function.
Oh, God, please, whoever is attacking that door, please stop.
Westy!
You gotta attack the door.
That's it. I'm. Can I lock this door? No, because it's open. I can only lock closed doors. God damn it. But you make your way inside. Everyone, get the fuck inside.
Get out of the kiln.
Get out of the kiln. Get inside, you bunch of jerks. Get.
Well,
Atticus isn't even there.
No, yeah, I was gonna
There's the
say.
blue person.
Blue people.
So as you make your way inside of this tavern, you can see quite a few people are still up and about. Most of the tables seem to be cleared. People aren't drinking and making merry. They turn and look at you as you walk in, and you can see a couple of you more well-travelled folk who have been around on the road a bit more. Phaedra and Vharik, you would have seen a lot of people like this, and you recognise they are Ganassi for the most part, both earth and water Ganassi. So a lot of them have this kind of very thick, dark skin. Some of them looking like they're covered in just this red dust. You can see a few of them almost look like pebbles growing out of their skin. A few of the other ones, they got this bluish tint to their more pale skin, and they just look like they're sweating, just like a delicate, beads of mist coming off. Their hair almost looks like they just stepped out of the shower, or out of a swim. As you come in, you do see a very large Earth Ganassi come clomping his way over. His footfall just goo, goo, goo. He's about 6'8", this hulking figure. You can see him. He's just not in bothering wearing a shirt, and his skin is just like dark, almost black, and it looks like there's patches of like almost stone growing out of his musculature. And he approaches you and he goes, "Hey, welcome. Anyone need help?"
Vutha?
He's just
Yes.
scanning around, looking at the various wounds on ya. He goes, sees Vutha, who's currently like barely standing, just like hobbling along, blood trickling out of the little ear holes. Like, huh? Hell of a night. Here,
But I'll
move over here and sit down. We'll get some bandages and water, patch you up.
good.
You can stay here tonight. We'll set up stretchers. Need anything else?
Oh, I'd like something a little bit stronger than water, thank you.
Looks you up and down as you're just like all the blood coming out of your various cuts. It's like, huh. Gives you a bit of a nod. Gives a whistle to the bartender and points over at you. All right, sit down. We'll be over. And clomps his way back over to the behind the bar.
Now this is going to look really bad, but Zolmos has 0 scratches. He hasn't been touched once. And
Neither
I
is
feel like
Calliope,
the
I
DM is
don't think.
being very generous to the more fragile of the group.
No, you guys just kept your way. You just kept out of the way.
But I would like to say to the bartender, I was involved in the fight as well. As he walks off, I'm like,
He just like looks over his shoulder, looks you up and down. Keeps walking.
What table we're sitting at? They're all over in there.
You see, as you're
I'm
moving
gonna
over,
go over
these
here.
these folk kind of shuffle over, and if you go to sit down, some of the folk just kind of make room for you. As you're watching, a few of them stand up, looking you over and seeing wounded, and they walk out through the front door, picking up some bandages and that, looking like they're probably heading out to see if they can offer any assistance. And some of the patrons thin out. But as you're going over to take a seat, you hear the door open again, and you see another. Whereabouts are you guys sitting? If you want to work over there, done.
I think that's where.
But you see another figure walking through the door, another Earth Genasi. But whereas all these ones in here, you see them just wearing, stands for civilian attire, some, fishing garb, some, just wearing pants like the innkeep. This guy walks in and he is heavily armored. You can see the look of a soldier to him. Slung over his shoulder, you see this hulking great sword that you double take for a second, and this great sword is actually the nose beak of a sawfish. The like pointed teeth coming out the side of it. You look at the teeth and you can see they're covered in metal. And he just walks in and plonks his way into the corner, and you can't help but notice he is 100% watching you. He sits his back into a corner, props his sword up on the corner. Yeah, yeah, I think I've got a handout.
Okay.
1 second. Do I? I swear I've got a handout. Maybe I don't. Give me a
Otherwise,
second,
I'll
and I
just
will do.
get Oh, you do have the photo?
Yes. But what's everyone else doing as you're just plonking your way down, taking a seat?
Where did he sit?
Um,
Where did he sit?
Noticing this lad come through, can I do a quick insight? And the insight is that have we already been ratted on? Trying to get that feel of like, is he here because we've been ratted on?
Yep, give me an insight check. Why is this being a bastard?
I don't know, I just shared it to the
Where are we?
face messages.
That's right. That's right, I'll put him in here. It's just being a bit slow. Where are we? Yeah, give me an insight check. No, I don't want to print the picture. I want to look at it. My internet's just being a wee bit slow, but it's in there.
Fitting.
So yeah, walking in and looking at this character, sitting in the corner with his sword slung over his shoulder, he is absolutely watching all of you and being very wary. But with that insight, I would say you definitely, when I say recognize him, recognize his look. He's got the very familiar family resemblance to Bilius. However, that's in the facial structure that you can see. But his skin is growing stone. It looks like it's living stone. You can see these small crystalline growths kind of propping out the side of his jawline, almost like he's growing a beard of these
Younger
crystalline
than
growths.
Bilius?
Definitely younger than Bilius. He looks to be 18, 19, but like pretty well built for a young man.
My stone starts circling fast again as I think.
Where's Zolmos? Are you sitting with us?
In my mind, I'm making the connection that is Bilius' son because of the story he told me earlier.
Yeah, very, very likely. That's a fair assumption to make.
Okay.
What was that, Scott?
I was just wondering, was Zolmos actually sitting with us? Yeah.
Oh, I haven't moved myself once this game. Sorry, I've been up.
Yeah, that's why I was just
That's
like,
right,
do
I've
you
been
want me to move
moving you
you
around.
or what?
Yeah, put me with you guys because
Okay.
I'm sitting with you guys. Sorry,
Yeah, me
sorry,
too.
my map awareness. is
It's
fucking
all
trash.
good.
That's right. Vutha, are you
I
sitting by
literally went,
yourself,
I'm
or-
gonna rapier the dude earlier, and then Tomo's like, we're 60 feet away from this. I'm like, oh, my bad.
That's right.
Maybe I became a monkey king. All of a
I
sudden.
usually move most of you guys around, except Vutha, because Vutha is always just like stalking
Yeah.
around. and
Stalking,
lurking.
yeah, that's fair enough.
Except
Oh.
Booth is just waiting for his bandages.
I'm just wondering if
I
Luther and
don't know who would be most interested in this, but I guess fucking Tahun Calliope sort of like hint towards what the conversation I had on the boat a couple of hours prior. And point, and one don't point, but like sort of like, hey, don't look, but such and such is in the corner there looking at us.
So you're trying to not be obvious, but obvious.
Yeah, so to Tahun and Calliope, I'm like, hey, I think that's Bilius' son over there. He,
Tahun immediately like sits his way up tall and just like
I just like
puff of smoke comes out of his nose.
I just lock
just
eyes
glaring.
with Calliope. Yeah, don't pretend he's doing nothing out of it unusual, and be like, and then explain everything that Bilius told me. And I was like, noting that Bilius is very upset with us right now. We should just keep a close eye on him.
Do we have a room yet? Has anyone organised rooms?
Nope.
No,
Just
we're
sat for
here
a
to get
drink.
mended first.
Priorities.
And apparently get a free drink apparently.
Have
Free
Luther and
drink.
Yeah.
have Luther and Derek sorted out their little personal difference from before?
We
Like,
just assume Vutha and Vutha is just just randomly goes off like that. We just assume that. No, we haven't resolved that yet.
Does Vutha actually know what happened while he's charmed?
I'd say you were definitely aware that you were charmed. You were hearing those, not necessarily voices, but emotions in your head that you definitely recognized that you were taken over by this creature after you kind of shook it off. Yeah. It wasn't
Cool,
like,
so I'll just
why did I
tell
really
this-
want to eat him?
So I'll just point out to this lot that I was clearly under the control of that creature, you bunch of idiots.
Well, eventually I'll get access to that kind of magic, but I'm not there yet. I promise I will.
Just please don't control me like that. I didn't like it.
While this conversation is ongoing and you guys kind of keep an eye, this fairly young waitress comes out from behind the bar with a tray full of beers and a few smaller little fine glass shot glasses. She comes up and passes you a beer and a shot glass. She's like, "Just hold on there, sweetie. One of the guys will be over here with some bandages and some hot water to clean yourself up, okay?" Keeps wandering through as you see this other male water genasi comes over with now a bucket of hot water and a bunch of bandages, and he's like, "Oh, yes, do you need some help cleaning yourself up?" And he goes about starting to like dab the blood away and checking over any wounds and that. And while this lady keeps doing the rounds, bringing over a bunch of shot glasses and beers, and it's like, "Oh, yeah, yes, here you go, ma'am, to you and sir and ma'am, and here you go, ma'am. Oh, I love your dress. That's quite beautiful."
Thank you. And then I'll quickly just check myself for any marks and then quickly prestidigitation it so it's perfect again. Be like, oh, thank you so much.
As you like cast that magic and like dust yourself off, and she kind of steps back for a second. She's like, "Oh, a mage as well. Oh," and you see her like staring at your neck for a second, at the base of your neck, and you look down like, "Oh, maybe I missed a spot." But she's looking at your necklace.
Oh, yes.
One eye
Okay.
gave you.
Yep.
The original. Yeah, cool.
Yep. I know, I've got it.
Yeah, and she's like, that necklace, and your mage as well.
Yes, it was
Where
our mother's. And then I'll point to Zolmos.
I saw a ring just like that years ago, back during the war. There was a lady came through here. She was a refugee, one of the wounded from Moon's Fall. She had a ring just like that one. Did your mother leave and come through here by any chance? I might have known her. I was very very young at the time.
To look straight at Zolmos, like
I'm perked up like a fucking meerkat would be.
yeah, like oh my god, our mum may be alive.
Is mum alive? That's my initial thought as well.
I mean, I was more of a daddy's girl, and you were a mummy's little boy. But I mean, I'd be happy if one of our parents lived.
Thanks. I sort of like push Tarhun as he's being all high and mighty to the corner of the room, push past him and join in on the conversation.
Yeah, she says, I was still quite young. I was just working, as a bit of a barmaid, just cleaning glasses and everything. I remember I was helping care for some of the wounded after Rizurim got destroyed. And yeah, we had a lot of refugees come through. I remember because I saw her. She had beautiful clothing on. She was gorgeous, but she was wounded. Her head was wrapped in bandages. I think she looked confused. I don't know what had happened to her in the attack, but we gave her lodging and shipped her out. She was heading further away. She was heading further inland. With some of the caravans, we couldn't afford to feed them. We were still under attack back then. I remember. My mum was telling me about it before she died as well. But they said they was going to send some more of the refugees up to Harlem's Rest. Sorry, up to Harlem's Drift or Elijah's Rest. Some of the more safer areas.
Was this lady by herself?
I don't know. There was a caravan. There was about 30 or 40 refugees that came down from the mountains, and they just stayed for a couple of days, and then we resupplied them and gave them a couple of carts. Some of them were very badly wounded. I don't know if they would have survived, but they wanted to keep moving.
I'm just gonna quickly open journal, party notes.
I sort of
Edit.
sit back down and slump and look at Clyde and go, could Mum still be alive?
Where does this timeline fall in with Phaedra and Harlem's Drift? Rest, whatever it's called again.
So you sorry, my bad. Harlem's Drift. You were there up until pretty much the end of the war, and yeah, you saw refugees coming in and out. Some would come through the town and continue on up to Elijah's Rest, where it was a little bit safer. But your town could actually produce quite a lot of food for the dwindling population, as you were losing a lot of fighters during the war. but your town was quite safe under Harlem's watch. They generally kept you pretty safe.
Mhm.
So yeah, you took in as many refugees as you could. I do remember seeing caravans coming from inland.
Well,
No, coming from the coast. Sorry.
we would definitely like to head in that direction, I think.
do we have
How
to
about
deal-
we
Is the plan to deal with Michael first? Talk to this Michael character first.
well, we can go sleep and then find people in the morning. I think everyone's quite knackered.
I agree.
Find people in the morning. Maybe shop with our newfound gold. I think we actually have a lot.
You do have quite a lot of money.
Yeah, restock on supplies and buy better equipment maybe, and then
Did we tip these people for helping us?
We can.
You can if you want.
I will give, especially for that information.
We still need to
I want to
organise
give this
food.
water ganassi some sort of appreciation.
where's our funds?
Especially from telling you
Group
stuff.
Inventory. We have so much money, it's not funny. We have 6,000 silver pieces, 1,800 gold pieces, 150 platinum
Jesus
pieces.
fucking! How did we get so rich? I don't remember what
What have
we
we
did.
been doing?
Yeah.
We just can't remember.
A
now.
mansion and retire from all
We
this shit.
have
Are we
Whoa,
still
whoa.
adventuring? No,
we have
Just
more
let somebody else
gold
do it.
pieces. Someone
where's the
wrote down that we
mansion?
had 1,800, and then below it it says 1,700. So someone didn't add that together, and then we've got 800 copper.
Yeah. So you found a whole bunch of
It's really
gold
nuts.
and jewels, like a lot of money at the mansion. You were given a lot of money for helping deliver that wood, because he got paid very, very well
Well, if you get rid of
for that wood.
blood, we don't need that anymore.
It's probably gone off.
Edit. Yeah, vial of blood gone. We've still got a 10 gold piece necklace. Random 18. Man, we should just add all this gold together. But
Yeah, I'll let you do that work. But on my personal self, I've still got a fair bit. So, well, not a fair bit, but in comparison to that, but enough to make a fucking poor country feel rich. Yeah, I still got 10 GP on me. So, since they've been helping us and we've made some money off this town anyway, can I handle what would be a fair amount, I guess?
Yeah, 10 gold pieces is like a pretty hefty amount of money. Like,
Yeah.
that's probably like an entire week's pay, month's pay, maybe,
Month's
sort of
pay,
thing.
Yeah. Look,
like, that's a lot of money.
I was thinking I'd tip them more like 5 gold pieces.
Yeah, that would
because
still
of-
be a hefty tip.
Yeah.
damn,
because
and
they've
keep
been
those
showing
drinks
us.
flowing.
Yeah, well, they're showing us love. Apart from the guy staring at us in the corner,
Which-
I'll give them 5 gold pieces and say, hey, this is for your accommodation and taking care of us and mending to our wounds. And can you also give me some information on that young bloke in the corner while you're standing here?
The one that Vharik is actually
of
gone
course,
up to.
Oh, I didn't even know.
Yeah,
I'm
I
so
know, I
sorry.
just
Sorry.
noticed
While this
myself.
conversation has been going on, Vharik has walked up,
Okay.
up there.
Okay.
Stop looking at me, buddy.
But she like takes the coin. She's like, "Oh wow, thank you very much. I'll put this to good use. I'll keep the drinks and food coming. That's actually his name's Geode Wayfair. He's Bilius's son. He usually works security in here.
Oh, okay.
He's very handsome. Honestly, don't you think so?
I stare at him and then I look back at her and try and give it that. What is it? What have they been calling it? These young kids these days? The soft skin stare. Back to her. Like, he's handsome.
Yeah, I mean, look at his muscles. You can see his muscles.
I sort
I
of
really
look
like a big, strong man.
and I sort of just like cover myself up a little bit. Yeah, I'm sure he's very handsome.
Anyway, thank you very much. I'll keep the drinks coming and I'll bring over some fresh bandages for everyone.
And she starts wandering
Awesome.
back
Thank you
off
very
again.
much.
But yeah, you're welcome to. She's going to be very friendly with you. Like if you want to find out any more information throughout the night, that she's drifting back and forward. Vharik, what are you doing over there?
I'm just taking one of the mugs from the table, walking over and just like putting my mug in front, sitting one down in front of him, and just be like, couldn't but help notice you're staring at us.
He just kind of looks you up and down, eyeing you off, looks at your weapons. I am.
I'm gonna like slide the drink over to his side and like lift my glass up to like toast, see if he picks his up.
He just kind of looks, the glass looks up at you and is like, that's alright, I'm not in the drinking mood. Doesn't reach for it.
I take it back and I just down that one, down my one, wipe it, like. So what's your problem then?
I'm hoping you're not going to become my problem. Are you going to become my problem?
I think we've had enough problems today.
I think so as well.
All we need is a good night's sleep.
And that makes you not my problem. Let's keep it that way, shall we, friend?
No worries. Pal.
Have a good night, buddy.
No worries, champ.
You're putting it way too cool.
And this goes on for the next 10 hours.
All right, let's go get a room. Somebody. Are there rooms here?
So you're
Who's
asking
bunking up with who?
around, and yeah, essentially there's some fairly simple rooms just out back. I don't have a map of it. There's like a little side bunk room, and there's 8 bunk beds aside in a larger room. And yeah, they come up, and the young lady, she's like, oh yes, I can take you to your room. It's only basic, but it's comfortable, it's warm, and we'll keep a roof over your head. It's free of charge, of course. Please follow this way. She'll lead you in there, and you can settle down for a long rest unless anyone wants to do anything during the night.
I take Phaedra,
Hmm?
and because we don't want to bunk up with these
Oh, yeah.
weird men,
Sure.
I'll cast what is it? Tiny hut just outside.
Oh,
and
nice.
With her and me in it. Ritual cast it,
Okay.
and
Mhm.
we're in a tiny hut.
So who's allowed to enter to that one? Just the
Well,
girls?
Just the girls.
No boys allowed.
No boys.
Put the sign at the front.
So you see this. What color is it? Is it see-through?
It is. I'll make
Not
it dark
see-through.
purple. Yeah, dark purple, so that like we can see out, but no one else can see in, and it's somewhat like trying to be camouflage with the night.
Yeah, lovely. So just outside of one of the doors, you can see this now slightly just gently shimmering purple, dark purple dome of force just up there, and everyone can settle down for a.
So we're outside.
I go,
Wait,
screw,
in.
screw those girls. We're going to have so much fun. Pillow fight, boys.
Waiting for that.
I was picturing Zolmos just being like launched out through a window with like Vharik and Tarot and just like.
We're just gonna like sandwich him between us like a ping pong ball, like hit him back to the other side, hit him back.
All right, yeah, I did the long rest. Thank God.
But yeah, so everyone can finish a long rest. The night goes by without issue. About an hour later, you do hear a lot more like foot traffic outside and people coming in and out. You hear some crying and whimpering. Sounds like a few wounded coming in and out throughout the evening, but it settles down after about an hour. And you hear a few people come in and jump into bunk beds and go to sleep. A number of hours later, pretty exhausted from the evening. You finish a long rest and have a little bit of sleep in, so it's later on into the morning. By the time you awaken around that, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the morning, bit of a sleep in. But yeah, you're free to go about your day if you want to get dragged into the
our money?
city.
Did we collect our money?
Yes, I believe you've
Oh,
got
okay,
all your
we've
money.
done
So
that. I'll just
you got 50 gold pieces each from signing on as a militia, and you got that 1,700 or whatever it was for helping deliver that supply of wood.
Okay, I'll just because we got notes saying jobs to do. So Skooma Joe, let's get rid of that one.
Screamer's
Edit.
done.
Skooma, check. How do you do? What's the button function to put a line through it? I won't get rid of our jobs. So we know what we've done.
Control.
What's that? It's like
S.
control.
Is it S?
Control F. S.
No, S. No.
Nope, that went into save as.
Yeah,
No.
okay.
Control
Oh,
U. No, that's underlined. I mean underlined.
Control
but
Oh,
word.
wait,
Shift
it's
S?
this.
Control Shift
Boom,
S.
done. I
Okay.
got it.
Look at that.
Control Shift S. That is it.
Aha.
And save changes. Boom.
But yeah, so you get up in the morning and you get fed a pretty hearty sort of morning meal with some meat and just a small amount of what tastes like some like very heavily seasoned pork, and then a whole lot of fish and oatmeal, and a few other bits and pieces. But it's a pretty hearty breakfast. Bit of light ale to get you up in the morning, and then yeah, what would you like to do around town?
Well, let's get these guys some good gear. Do they have any? We'll ask around. Do they have any
Blacksmiths and stuff.
So yeah, the young lady that
shopping, like armories or anything?
yeah, the young lady that you were talking to last night, she's your best friends as far as Zolmos is concerned.
Yep.
She introduced herself as Wave, the water ganassi. So she'll essentially like point you out around town, out the front door, and she kind of points it out and she explains, there's if you're looking for shopping, there's the general store just up that way. They just sell like your general adventuring supplies and food and tools and whatever. There's the armory that's run by an Earth Ganassi called Basalt. He's got some nice stuff in there, but any weapons and armor and gear you need is there. We've got a surgery, but he's probably pretty busy at the moment. But sometimes he can sell magical potions and healing potions on occasion, but he may be a little bit tapped at the moment. And she claps her hands together and she's like, oh, actually, there's we do have a pet shop in town as well.
Where?
Just points
Yeah.
down.
Oh my god.
down the road, just over to here, and she points you in there.
Derek just runs
Derek
off.
just takes off running. And she's like, oh, and actually, I did hear that you're just in luck. You are this week, actually.
Oh no.
We actually have a wandering trader. His name's Leroy. He sometimes comes
Jenkins?
through town. He usually sets up in the town square, and I think I can see him just on the other side of the stand there. And you can see there's a collection of people kind of gathered around on the other side as Derek goes to take it off after them, after the pointing to the pet shop. And yeah, looking around, you can see there's 3 or 4 people gathered over the other side, around what looks to be a figure sitting on the ground with a large rug rolled out on the flagstones with his back propped up against the wooden platform. So yeah, Derek, I guess we're going to get to you first as you just go taking off in the direction of the pet shop. As you're running through the streets, you get closer, and the smell of animals suddenly like assails your sensitive nose, overwhelming the salty sea air. And you rush up, and you can see a fairly small storefront. You can hear birds calling and chittering, animals in there, and you can see a sign out the front sitting there. And you can see written on the sign is Wesley's Pet Store. And you can see a little very crudely drawn picture of a bird in a cage. You rush to the door and open up. Bell chimes. You run inside, and there's just a whole bunch of different cages and aquariums and little pens. And this, funny-looking kind of about 30-year-old man comes hobbling his way out, clunking his way along, on what looks like a bit of a club foot. He's like,
Oh, good morning, good morning. Can I interest you in some of my fine animals?
Yes, definitely. What would you have to offer?
Oh, we got some weasels and some wabbits, and we got this wet twiggly in this bowl here, and we got this puppy. Come over here, and he points into this like fairly low pen. He's like, this puppy is very adorable. He's very nice. And you look down, and
you're very not sure that is a puppy. You're pretty confident that's a large rat with a pretty little bow tied around its neck. He's like, oh yes, we got all sorts of animals in here. We got even more than this. We got, I mean, yeah, I mean, you look like a rich little fella. You got some money. You reckon you could afford some of our, bit more interesting things? Hey, bit more interesting animal person you're after?
Can I see what sort of dog it is? Can I do an animal check?
Oh yes, of course. This is a very, very good hunting dog. It's a faithful animal right here.
Yeah, give me a nature
hand-
check.
Oh, nature.
Yep, give me a nature check. That's
Oh,
animal
nature's
handling.
the same one. Well, it's the
Okay.
same.
Same
thing.
stat.
Yep.
Yeah, this is 100% a large sewer rat. Not even like one of the more bush rat sort of things, like that you would have seen around the swamps, like the one of those large capybaras sort of thing. No, this is a rat.
Hmm.
But you
Not-
see, it's got this like really nice leather collar with a little pink bow on it. It's like,
I know this is a rat, sir, but
Oh no, of course not. This is not a rat. What do you mean a rat? This is a faithful hound. This is a very, very good hunting rat. Not rat. It's a dog. It's a hunting hound. This is.
fortunately for you, I love all animals, and I would like to buy this fine rat, sir.
Yes, is not a rat. I tell you.
It is 100% a rat.
Faithful hound. Well, I can clearly see you're a man of taste. So for this glorious hound, I will do you a good deal here. It will be 3 gold pieces.
Sold.
done. You hand over 3 gold pieces. Can I perhaps interest you in a 2-headed lizard? I can see you are a man of extreme talent and taste. Here, this lizard, and he points you over to a large cage hanging from the ceiling. You can see this lizard up there. You can see another head poking out with one of its tongues out.
You're walking out of the
no,
whole pet store, aren't you, mate?
actually, yes, I would like to buy this lizard man.
So you look up and he's like, oh yes, would you like to take the cage with it? It's an extra 1 gold piece for the cage, but this guy's a little bit skittish. He does like to run.
No, I'll just put him on my shoulder.
Oh, of course. Now be careful with him. He's a little bit delicate. Don't pat him too hard, especially his head. You got to be very careful around these 2-headed wizards. Here we go. And he reaches in. It's like, actually, let me just do a quick.
Wait, here you go. Have your wizard. That's another 3 gold pieces.
Yeah, and I'd like to buy some food for them.
Oh, of course. The 2-headed wizards, they're very picky on what they eat. Here you go. It comes out. That'll be 1 gold piece for a week's worth of food for the 2 of them.
All right,
I can
done.
get you their dried kibble and their insects.
And he starts to go back behind the counter, and you see him go, ah! And recoil and leap back. And you see walking around from the side of the counter this cute little black kitty cat. Meow. Comes walking around the
How many are
side.
you going to buy?
And Wesley's like, and he's
He's taking
in the corner, looking in terror at this cat as it comes walking around the corner.
Why is
Exactly.
he?
Would you like to buy this kitty cat as well? It's a very, very nice kitty cat.
And he's inching his way behind the cat as the cat walks behind a shelf.
No, I think.
And you see a bucket roll around the corner of the shelf.
I don't think it would be smart to have a cat and a rat.
Comes up and starts
Although he is cute.
purring against your head.
What kind of
I think I want to
The cat of
show
holding.
off my new
Licks
pet.
your leg.
It's a cat of holding.
And you can see Wesley is staring at this thing. He comes back out from behind the counter with his 2 bags, one full of dry kibble, another one you can see it's full of dead crickets. He's like,
Here's your food, sir. Would you? He's really, really nice cat. I call him Warwick. He's nice. I'll give him at a discount.
No, it's all good. I don't think that's a good idea.
Are you sure? Please.
What is it?
Why does he?
It's a
Can I
cat
have
of
a?
holding. You should definitely take it.
He's like a
It
rat man or
just
something
threw
for
up
sure.
a bucket.
Can I have a perception check on this guy? He's acting very sus.
Give me an insight check if you're looking at this dude. Or you're inspecting the cat.
He's a rat king.
He is like terrified of this cat. Like something like he looks like a human being. He's pretty beat up and like he looks pretty dumb and you know a little bit on the sus side. With that insight check, he's definitely been overcharging you for these animals. Like these are probably worth any other
Really?
shop like would probably be
copper.
paying a silver piece. I mean, it's a two-headed lizard, which is pretty cool. Maybe that might be, a gold piece or something for a cool two-headed lizard, but he is definitely overcharging you, and he is definitely terrified of this sweet little innocent cat. But you don't pick up that, like, he's anything other than a human. He's just a weird, like, club-footed looking dude.
How about
But something is...
How about I take the cat off your hands for free?
Oh,
Give me a persuasion check.
That puppy is so
Sorry, I
cute.
just got out of it.
14. He's like, well, are you just passing through the town? You're a traveler? You're gonna keep moving out of the town?
Yes.
Well, in that case, yes, please. Okay, yes. Yes. Yes, you can definitely take Woodwick. He's a very good cat. Just keep an eye on him and make sure he doesn't run away until you get out of the town. Here you go. I'll give you his favorite toy.
And he comes out with, come on, Mooby, you're a good boy.
Good boy. Go lay down on your lounge.
He comes out with this, like, cute little fluffy mouse on a stick. He's like,
This is his favorite toy, okay?
and he hands it to you, and it's heavier than, like, what you thought it would be. And, you pick it up, and it's like, it feels like it's made of, like, very, very heavy leather with, like, a fluffy outer coating. And as you look at it, it has, like, teeth marks clean through this, like, solid lump of, like, condensed leather mouse. Like, and you look at it, it's like, those teeth holes through this thing are much larger than that cat mouth should be able to make. You know your animals. It's like, is that a tiger, like, tooth mark through that thing? But then there's this cute little black kitty cat just like, purring up, and he's like, trying to reach up and like paw at this little mouse thing that you're now holding on the end of a stick and string.
Am I able to just make a nature check to see if this actually is a cat?
Absolutely.
Wait, I'm gonna say it is a cat. It's just a tiger.
Yeah, so you reach down and kind of start looking at this cat. You pick it up and have a look-see at it. It's like purring and reaching up and playing with the thing. And you look down and you're like, I mean, it looks like a cat. Pretty sure it's a normal cat. And you're like looking at the sides. And then you see just this ever so delicate seam, it looks like, in its fur, running from essentially the middle of its chest out around its shoulders, down pretty much halfway through its body. And you look at the seam, it's like, is that a mouth that like runs clean through the middle of this creature's body?
Take the fucking
Can't be. And then you look at its like cat mouth, and you're like, that doesn't look like a real mouth. That looks like, someone has almost drawn a mouth onto this cat. Like, it's purring, but you hear the purring coming from, like, its chest, not its mouth. You're like, it looks like a cat, but this is not a natural cat. I'm not sure what the fuck this thing is, but it is not a cat.
You know what?
It's a mimic cat.
I'm gonna say no on your cat, sir. I'm probably gonna get out of here. Okay, bye.
As you look back up to try to see him, he's not there.
Oh, fuck.
And you're just sitting there holding this little rat thing on a stick in your hand. And the kitty cat's like, meow, meow.
Uh-oh. Someone's adopted
Can I put the thing
cat.
down and leave?
As you put it down, the cat like taps it back towards you, meow, waggling its tail at you.
I'm just gonna
You're
take.
taking the cat, mate.
I think I'm just gonna take a step back. Okay.
Steps forward and
bye.
taps the thing back towards you.
Okay. I'm just gonna take another one.
Could
Step
be
back.
useful.
Steps towards you. Meow. Taps the toy back towards you. Meow.
Could be useful.
Okay. At this time, I'm gonna just very fastly pace walk away.
Meow.
As you like start to turn and walk away, you hear the purr turn into like a deep guttural growl. As the door swings closed behind you with your rat dog tap under one arm and your two-headed lizard on the shoulder.
Sorry, can I leave?
Yeah, as you duck out of the door and the door swings closed behind you.
Oh, okay. I'm running.
Make sure you get the
When-
on the
when
bottom.
now we've got Lucas stalking us and a fucking cat. Well done.
Am I able to run back to the group?
Yep.
Alright.
So, while he's been gone,
Well, he's been gone.
so you guys have moved away as you see Derek just like piss bolting down towards the pet store around the corner. You come around the edge of the platform and you can see a
Horrible.
very short, very stocky, dark-skinned dwarf sitting down. He's got a looks to be a large cloak rolled out on the ground.
Dude, it could have been
He's
useful.
got his back propped against it, and you see a couple of people gathered around him, looking at. And he's got a whole bunch of just random bits and pieces laid out on his cloak on the ground. He sees you guys come around the corner. He's like, "Good day, brother. How you doing there? Well, the name's Leroy. Come on, check out what I got here. You folk got some money?"
Yeah,
You just killed
understandable.
someone.
Yeah, I'm not equipped.
Understandable. I was a little racist, guys.
Yeah, I know. Fine.
I look at him as I crouch
Someone
down.
just
look
completely
at his
dropped
face.
off.
What's he got on the ground?
Tomo's like, "Fuck that, I'm out."
Did say I had to go get dinner.
He's getting dinner.
Yeah.
So you can see arrayed in front of me. He's got this beautifully intricate, like silver chain with a large amulet hang off the end of it, with a little kind of red heart on it. You can see there's a potion there bubbling away. There's a cloak, and as you look at this cloak, it's almost blended in to the cloak it's sitting on. It's like tied into a bundle. And you can see it, as the clouds come over the top, it almost shifts and changes in color. There's a small, simple gold ring.
Precious.
There's a little stone with veins of gold flicked throughout it.
Hang
There's
on a second. You said
braces.
this guy's a dwarf. He's got a gold ring, and there's a bunch of people gathered around him. Sure, they're not called a fellowship.
No, it's not the fellowship.
Just checking. Well, I don't remember a Leroy in the fellowship, but just
I remember a Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah, he's got a whole bunch of different bits and pieces. I'll just copy and paste all of them.
what's this cloak? This cloak sounds stealthy.
So as you look down the cloak, he'll explain to you this is a cloak of elven kind. It'll give you advantage on your stealth checks.
Interesting.
Here we go. Let me just grab all these so you can see what he's got. So he's got a Periapt of Health, a Potion of Healing, a Potion of Heroism, the Cloak of Elven Kind, the Knack-Mack Ring, as he calls it, the Good Luck Stone, Braces of Defense. He's got a Scroll of Fireball,
That's braces.
2 Potions of Greater Healing, Potions of Normal Healing, and a Drift Globe.
Can't mages do something with scrolls?
How much for the braces?
Yeah, so your sister, she likes to collect scrolls so she can transcribe them essentially into her own spell book if she doesn't have those spells.
I look at the gentleman, I look up at him, and I'm like, "What's your what are you? What would you call yourself? A magician, a mage, or are you some sort of
Nah, mate.
enchant things?
Nah, mate. I'm just Leroy. I'm just a traveller. I'll pick up things around the place when I'm going travelling, and then I'll give them back here, and then go walk about again, and then I just like to wander around and meet people, and just have a good old time and see how everyone going.
I like sit down and cross my legs and like sit down with him and go, my man, how much for all of it?
Oh. Wait, what does he have?
All of it.
He's got a scroll
My bag's the good luck
fireball in there, and I want
stone.
everything that he has. He has a good luck stone and something called a knack-mack ring, which I'm not too sure. But I look at him and I go, how much would you take for all of it?
Oh god, let me just add up some stuff here. Because yeah, you guys have a lot of money.
We have a lot of money, and like, let's be honest, people love to hoard money in D&D campaigns. I don't think we're dragons. I think we want items.
Yeah, but I want to save that money. This is Calliope speaking.
Yeah.
I want to save that money because it costs money to learn spells.
How much does it cost to learn a spell?
It depends on depends on the scroll.
Okay, well, there's a scroll of fireball in here that I want you to have.
I mean,
4,000
for the whole lot of it.
Everything.
Yep.
What else is there?
Again?
So it's got Periaptive Health, which you should be able to click that link. I don't know if you'll see it, but it stops you, it makes you immune from disease.
Oh.
And if you're already diseased, it will suppress it if you start wearing the pendant.
Fleshy people? Slards?
You don't know, but it works against diseases. He tell you, no mate, that's a good bit of kit. It keep you good from all sorts of diseases. It's a good one, it's flash one, eh?
What is the Driftloak? Because I can't see that one.
All of his stuff is really... The only thing I'm confused about is the knack-mack ring.
Yeah.
Because everything else we have a use for.
So the drift globe essentially casts a...
Daylight.
I didn't see that one.
The daylight spell just once, or
that's
it can float around.
Daylight spell is helpful.
I'll say it's 4,000 for everything, Vharik. Hold on a sec.
Just do it.
You were asking, sorry, I did hear you, Vharik, about the braces. The braces of defense are 1,000 gold pieces.
So they're pretty expensive on their own, right?
But that's good for a barbarian.
I look at him and go, and I go, I appreciate your wares here, Leroy. Has anyone brought anything from you today?
Oh yeah, I did steal a couple of the potions of healing earlier today. Seems like some of the folks around town were beat up. The blacksmith actually, he bought some weapons off of me as well. He was going to on-sell them, he said. But so I made a pretty penny today.
Right. So you're not desperate for cash, is what you're telling me.
Nah, mate. Unless you got something to trade, I like to trade things. See what's out there. I'm never attached to stuff. I just like to wander around. See what's there, see what's here.
Okay.
I've got this.
Before we go on, has anyone got? Yeah, sorry, go on.
It's very
On
special
walkabout.
shield. It's one of a kind. It's made from a Hive Lord shell. Very rare.
Well, that's a pretty flesh one there. Is it magical or is it just plain? It's pretty cool.
It's
I
a
do like
standard
that.
one. Just standard. Could have magic put onto it, but I'm not a magic person, so.
What about our silvered longswords? Or greatswords?
Oh, they're pretty flesh as well. They are. Where'd you get them from? If you can give me a story about where they came from, I'll give you extra money or maybe on a discount.
I pull out the loot and go, you want a story?
I just grab the half-plate armor and just chunk it onto his rug and go, we killed a bunch of green folk and we stripped them bare.
As she says it, I sing it in like a more like fancy way. So she's like, we killed a bunch of green folk. They were called the Gith. We saved the man from his father and then tried to get his brother. We didn't save him. But
It's going with this. I love it.
Good
Do you want a performance check?
Yeah, give me a performance check with advantage.
Okay. Oh fuck! I keep forgetting I've got to go back. And then yeah. 16.
Nice. He seems enthralled by the story, and you get the the feeling that he's probably more interested in just like spinning a good yarn. Having a good chat with everybody. Than he isn't actually being a good businessman and making money.
Yeah, I sort of got that.
He'd be like, "Oh, that's a good story there. I put this stuff here because it's pretty interesting. I'll knock the price down for the whole lot. Just do a quick math. I'll knock it down to 3,300 gold pieces.
I mean, that's. I look around at the group. I'm just trying to barter with him.
Can we knock it down to a straight number of 3,000?
I'll throw in the shield.
With that shield as well. I mean, that's pretty.
I pull out my giant dildo and put it on his no.
His eyes go wide.
It's free.
Give me a persuasion check, Phaedra, if you want to try to work it anywhere down lower. I'll say with advantage because if Vutha is offering up his shield as well.
I'm not offering.
No, Vutha was offering up the shield, but the two of you, because you wanted to make the check first. So yeah, if you want to try to knock it down a little bit lower. Yep. Word, that's good. Yeah, or I did it in if you. I mean, that shield is look pretty flashy. That'll be good for an umbrella as well if it starts to rain on you. Yeah, right. You know what? I'll knock it down to 3,000 gold.
I
can't go any lower than that.
Yeah. Is the group happy with that? 3K for everything?
Yeah.
Since nobody's arguing or everyone's saying yep, I will accept the deal for everything, I guess.
Done. All right, scratch off 3K. You've got that.
Tomo, do you mind taking
that stuff?
Get rid of the shield.
So I'm currently driving at the moment, so someone else will have to do it.
that checks out. Are you alright with that though? 3K, you've got a scroll fireball in there for you.
Yeah, that's perfect. I just need to find a person who can teach me how to use it.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I know it costs gold, but I need.
So yeah, you need to find someone who can. So yeah, you'll need to find someone who can sell you like good quality, like magical, imbued ink and paper and that.
Yep. That's what I'm after.
Okay, cool. I obviously hand him the money, and then I go one at a time. All right, who's taking this? And I hold.
As you hold out your hand and hand in the money, he goes to take it up, like,
He's allergic to cash.
Well,
this
bundles up the gold into his belt. It's like, well, that looks like that's me done there for everything. Anyway, good timing there since I've starts sniffling and starts to roll up his cloak and like flings it back over his shoulder with now you look at it, it's like there's pretty much not much left now. It's just like the swords and the armor and the shielding. Bundles up over his shoulder. He's like, oh, well then better go walk about in there as well now soon.
Did he give us everything?
Yeah, he gave you everything.
Okay. I thought he was like swindling us then. I was like,
he's handed over everything, bundled up your swords and armor and everything else.
Okay,
He's got his money to go get his
then,
blow.
Always remember, Dad. Always remember. And he just like disappears.
I just sit there like, that guy was so
just
fucking cool.
Gone. And you see some of the folks were like, you turn around and like look around like, where the fuck did he go? And see a couple of folks were like walking into the square and they see him like disappear and they're like, oh man, he did it again. I was hoping I was going to buy something from him. He always goes up and disappears. I missed him last time he came through. Is that on the goddamn shit? And they turn around and like wander back away again.
Well, did you hear he sold some weapons to the?
Yes, that's where I was going to go to next.
Well,
Yeah, so I reckon for you guys, we definitely go there.
First of all, let's.
Well, the Bryces were
add all
going
that shit
to
to our list, I
Vharik.
guess, but we'll divvy it out in a sec. The thing I'm most interested in, and I'll get Calliope to look over it, is the knack-mack ring.
Yeah, what is that?
Is it a standard ring?
So as you pull out this, it's a kind of just a simple looking golden ring.
Right.
As you're looking at it and you're moving around, there's nothing on the outside of it. You look on the inside and it's got just the tiniest little crystal. No, there's no writing on the inside of it. You see this tiny, tiny little, like speck-sized diamond crystal on the inside of it. But if you want, you can make a investigation check, or Calliope can make an Arcana check if you want.
I'll put it on and do an investigation check.
Okay, cool. So you slip it over your finger, and you don't feel anything immediately. Give me an investigation or Arcana check.
I'm doing investigation.
Yep.
Admittedly, I think Calliope would be like, "You're an idiot. Why'd you put that on?"
Especially if it's cursed.
Yeah, that's right. That's why I'm like, you're probably thinking I'm an idiot. 17?
Yeah, so you slip it over your finger, and immediately
Damn it, I knew it
you
was
start like looking at it and touching it, and then you're like really focusing deeply on it, trying to pick up anything, and it starts to warm until it like matches the temperature of your skin, because it's a pretty warm day.
Fucking mood
Like,
ring.
your hands warm, and you're just waiting. You like start sweating a little bit. You realize like, oh no, it's just the sun coming up. Still, it's a pretty warm day, and you don't notice any change or effect. And you go to move it, and it seems to spin freely on your finger.
Okay.
You go to take it off your finger, and it seems to slip free and put it back on again. Doesn't seem to be like locked on there or anything.
Okay,
Yeah, you
right.
don't really notice anything, honestly.
That's all right. We've got a bargain with the rest of the stuff. We've got a collection of new items that we can use. I potentially, sorry, I don't need anything particularly, so I want the rest of the group to grab what they want first. While we head maybe over to the armorers, just to check out what
Definitely.
potentially they ended up with.
That was going to be my next stop anyway.
Anyone else
Apart from.
want those braces or?
We might have spent a bit too much there, though.
You want the
I
cloak?
apologize.
What was that about the braces? Sorry, Vharik?
Does anyone else want them? Or?
No,
No,
go
I
for
think
it.
they
You're
were meant for
barbarian.
you, man.
I'm actually looking
Yeah,
at
they
the
make more
parry
sense to be in your
of
hands.
health. If I'm going to be a frontliner too, that might be good.
What do you want? Sorry.
The,
Oh, the parry pit.
yeah.
Yeah, you take it.
I think Phaedra's been diseased the most out
I
of
think
everyone.
she
Yeah,
loves
that's
it,
why I'm
yeah.
like,
Give it to her.
Once you said what it was,
the
I
potion
was
of
like,
heroism
oh yeah.
will keep.
Bryce, can you drag that onto my sheet, please?
Yep, can do.
Thank you.
So the potion of
Sure,
heroism will just let Calliope hold that for now.
What was it? Sorry.
You're gonna have a potion of heroism and a scroll of fireball, and we'll divvy up the healing potions between four of
What
us.
does the potion of heroism do?
It gives you temporary hit points,
Oh yeah.
as if you're under the spell. Bless.
Heroism.
Yeah.
Is it?
Bless. Under the effects of bless.
Ah.
Right now, I'll 10 temporary hit points, which I think you're the squishiest. Makes sense.
Oh,
for you.
yeah.
Yep. So yeah, for an hour you get 10 temporary hit points, and you're under the effect of bless.
Yeah, it's I guess.
So
good
it's
thing to hold.
it's a pretty
A
handy
D4.
potion.
Yeah. D4 is handy.
D4 to attacks and saving throws.
Yes, that is great.
And I think Vutha
So
was
we'll
eyeing
divvy
off
that
the
up,
cloak.
and then the magic thing. I'm not too sure who's going to hold that, but somebody else can.
Yep. As long as you guys write down. I've got the list of what you bought, so we can sort it out throughout the week as well if you like.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
So it's starting to get a little bit late.
Yeah.
You guys wanted to go to the
Armourer.
The blacksmith.
Armourer? Blacksmith.
Yeah.
Well, whoever bought the stuff off Leroy, I think that was the armorer, wasn't it? You said?
It was the
Yep.
blacksmith. Yeah.
So you make your way to the armorers that got pointed out by Wave, and you walk in. You can pretty easily see where it's coming from because you just smell the scent of the burning coal. And it's actually heading up towards the shipwrights again. So it's kind of along the way over here. But yeah, as you walk in through the wide open door, you can see a just hulking Earth Ganassi. He's this absolute unit of a dude. His skin is
Bigger
just
than
like
the barman?
almost. Yeah, bigger than the barman. Maybe not as tall, but definitely wider.
Yep.
But his skin is almost black. You're not sure whether it's like his actual skin color or just the coal that you can coal dust that you can see like smearing the entire place, just everywhere. As you walk in, you can see all array of various weaponry, spears, swords, axes, harpoons. You can see a bunch of tridents hung up on the wall. As well as that, you can see, wood carving equipment, used for woodworking and making ships. So various types of axes and adzes and all sorts of, planing tools, all kinds of things. But yeah, as you walk in, this large earth ganassi. Ah, welcome. Come in. My name is Basalt. Are you in the market for tools or weapons or armor?
Upgrades.
Upgrade, you say? Our adventurers. I like it. Come in. Let me show you what I've got here. And he starts to, we have swords, we have axes, we have some javelins for those who are more, ranged inclined. Ooh, we have some crossbows, and he pulls out this waxed sheet of leather and pulls out this like gleaming, polished wooden stock, heavy crossbow, and slides it across. Put a bolt clean through the side of a ship with this beast. But, how about armor? We have armor. We have shields. And he pulls back a curtain. You can see, suits of chainmail, the occasional part of, plate armor hung up there on racks. He's like, what are you after? I can provide near on anything. If you give me enough time, I can customize and make anything you desire. Please, just ask away and I can deliver.
We've only got 2 days left in the town.
All good. I'm gonna pull out my axe and go, can you add anything onto this? Silver it up at the edge.
Let me look at this.
It's precious
I'm sure
to me.
I can add some silver on the edge of this. Are you hunting something in particular that needs silver?
No, it's just precaution's sake.
Yeah, I can probably add some silver onto this. It'll probably take, the rest of the day, but I can probably do that for you for maybe let me see, 100 gold pieces.
We can spare 100 gold pieces.
I don't even know where our list is at. Hold a sec. Considering we just spent 3,300.
Make sure you keep track of how much money you got.
3,000 on it.
I was thinking 3,000, not
Oh,
3,000.
sorry. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
Negative 3,000 now, I see.
How much you got left?
I didn't add things up. I just
Where are we
put
looking?
another note on it.
Yeah, alright, hold a sec. Let me just quickly... 17 plus that, we've got to 20... That's 2,500 plus 1,800. We're at 32...
Like it's just adding things, not,
I know,
adding
it would be...
total.
It'd be way better if I just...
Alright, so we've at least
Apologies.
got, what is it, 2...
Why do you have one by Murky in your...
Why not?
How much does he goes for sale?
Well,
I've got at least 500,
I
I
get
think, gold pieces.
518 remaining gold pieces,
Huh?
specifically.
Oh, I got 1,300 remaining.
1,700.
Because there's the 18 there, 17 there, and then 800 there.
Oh, there's an 800.
That's
was it 800?
CP.
Yeah.
Oh, that was CP, my bad, thank you. Yeah, go off your number.
Okay, cool.
Mind you, what's 1,000 silver pieces? That's like 6 gold pieces, isn't it? Or is that?
It's 10 to 1 ratio. 10 to 1, 100 to 1 ratio.
100 to 1,
For silver.
I believe.
No, I thought that was for copper.
It's...
I'd have to look at the handbook, sorry.
Damn it, yeah, I should remember that as well. I think it's...
But we've
10
also
I think
got the
it's a 10
500
I'm pretty sure it's a 10
gold.
to 1 ratio. Like, 10 copper is
Gee.
1 silver, 10 silver is 1 gold. Electrum's in there somewhere. It's like 5 electrum is 1 gold or some
We've
rubbish.
got 150 platinum pieces there.
Yeah.
We're rich as shit still.
I rolled randomly for a bunch of treasure and rolled really high.
Yeah, we've got
You guys-
150 platinum pieces.
You guys have
we
been
can
really
spare 100
lucky
gold.
with treasure. Like, every time I
Yeah.
rolled on the random like treasure table, I've just like boomed. It's like, all right, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, because from memory, 150 platinum pieces is like
1,500. That's 10 to 1.
yeah. Oh, okay. Is it?
I think it's. I'm pretty sure it's 10 to 1 as well.
All right, hang on. I
I'll have
am.
to-
Can I do this?
Wealth.
Oh
Here we go.
boy, what did I just do?
Coinage. Yeah, here we go.
Basically, we can spare 100.
Are you-
1 platinum is it's 10 gold.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so it's 10 to 1
I'm
ratio.
just writing that in now.
Just ignore Electrum. I'm never going to give you like guys Electrum because it's like a 50-cent coin and it annoys the shit out of me.
Okay.
Okay, so ignore Electrum. So 10.
Yeah, so it's like 10 copper is 1 silver, 10 silver is 1 gold, 10 gold is 1 platinum. It's all metric.
All right, so we do have enough for me to get some silver onto my blade. I'm gonna do it. I think we do.
Also, Derek, you've caught up with the party as you see Leroy just like.
Yeah, he definitely was there. Yeah. I have to also run off and get something to eat.
That's right. It's pretty much 10 o'clock tonight. 10 o'clock at night here, so I'm happy to call it an evening, and we can continue a little bit of shopping when we get back, and you guys can add up all your money and.
Yeah, we need to.
Yeah, I'm currently doing that. I'm consolidating it
Troy.
down the bottom.
Cheers, man.
Right, so we shall pick up again in the armory.
Thanks, Bryce. You're doing fantastic work DMing. I know how exhausting it can get sometimes.
That's right. I'm
Especially with all
trying
the
to get
questions
everyone to
coming
actually
out.
show up.
Us walking around while I'm fucking playing as well, so I apologize
Nah,
for that.
that's good.
You're doing a fantastic job, man.
Good to be back into it.
You're just
Well,
gonna
Let's
grab
get everyone
Merc
back here. I hope everyone had fun.
Yeah.
I did. I'll talk to you
Right,
soon.
good night. Have food.
Good night.
See you.
Yeah, I can add on if people can't find those magical items and stuff. I can send out what they are as well.
So the Parrot of Health for me, pretty please.
I've dragged that on
To
for
me?
you.
Okay, yep, cool.
I've done mine onto my sheet.
Oh yeah,
I'll
am
just
I
copy.
closing the recording?
Yeah. You can kill
Good
the
night,
recording if you like.
people.